The best way to find out if you can trust somebody is to trust them. Ernest Hemingway. Hello everybody. Here we go again. Well, it just seems to be way of things. At least it wasn't, well, I don't know, maybe towards me. Not directly. Coffee, I had to get coffee. Look, a lot of this stuff takes a lot of time to do. Setup takes time. Actually doing this takes time. I've got, here, let me share my things. I've got some things to say. I'll talk about it later. Anyways, Grand Domain, I think that's what you call it. Kona coffee, direct from Hawaii. When you need the good stuff, you gotta have the good stuff. I don't care if they've got some of that stuff going on in Hawaii with GMOs, but man, this Kona coffee is the best. I have to go through all the dregs of coffee that I have, the cheap kind, the whatever kind. I just try to get it organic and world trade, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, some days you just gotta have the good stuff. And having the good stuff every day, not only is it expensive, but man, you don't appreciate it as much. But when you have that good stuff every once in a while, oh my goodness. You just gotta savor every moment of it. Alright, so not last night, maybe it was 2 nights ago, I was watching Defango. It's like, what is going on over here? Oh, look at that. I don't even have money enough for like new shirts. I mean, I've got a lot of old shirts. I don't think I've bought new shirts since my daughter was born. 5 years. Think about that. I mean, these shirts have been through the ringer. I mean, you could tell, but I'm still wearing them. I should probably learn how to sew. My wife knows how to sew, but you know, I wonder if this is just beyond sewing. It's one of those times where you just need to throw it away or just patch it up. Alright. I'm getting off topic here. Consider this an off-topic night, although we are going on topic here. Alright, let me share work solo? Ah, damn it. Let's go here. Alright, so let's go with Defango. This is what I saw last night. Link is in the browser. You can go and watch it. And there's a little bit more in the beginning, but here you go.
I mean, the Unity Day for J thing was cool. You know, like I helped out in the Unity for J 3.0 like room. When I was in that room, unfortunately, I had the very I mean, I'm just gonna talk about it because it's my show and I don't really care. It's drama. I mean, drama's all around. So apparently there's some drama with Susie Dawson. I don't have a problem with Susie Dawson. I don't think I've ever had a problem with her, Elizabeth Lee Voss, or anything. Actually, I like everybody that's on the Unity for J thing. That's why I volunteered to help out. But, you know, like, you know, drama and discontention always rears its ugly head. And, you know, like, I had the very large displeasure of discovering something about Mrs. Dawson. I mean, it's not like I discovered anything. I just discovered that she felt that I was some sort of a government-paid operative / shill or whatever, and you know, I would probably be like the last person that they wanted helping. I mean, I was like all like pumped to help out and stuff, and then, you know, we get in there. It was kind of weird. I tried to shut up about it. And then, you know, like, we're sitting there in, like, a little meeting, and Susie's, like, talking to me and some other people, and she, like, shows everybody your screen, and then it's just, like, her Discord chat with her saying a bunch of negative shit about me and how she didn't want me helping out and a bunch of other crap, and I was just kind of like... So if you guys wanted to know why I wasn't helping out this time around, I just... Instead of creating drama or anything, I was just like, fuck it. These guys think that I'm a fucking CIA agent or something. It's great. It's what I always wanted, you know. And I think it sucks because, like, honestly, like, I've donated money to Susie Dawson before, like Bitcoin and shit, and, you know, like, supported the internet party and stuff like that. But, like, pretty much after, like, hearing that, like, it's pretty much like turned me off to her. Now I'm not gonna go like attacking anybody or anything, but I mean, I just don't understand how somebody could look at me and say, oh, that guy works for the government. No, I tried to get a job with Lockheed Martin, and they said that I need more school. And I said, okay, I sent you all my schooling and shit. I mean, you know, like, you're the ones that asked me. It wasn't the other way around. So, obviously, that's probably the reason that I've been having so much of trouble. Because, you know, I've been having a lot of trouble. Like, generally, when I put my fucking resume out there, like, people pick that shit up. And there's been some fucking weirdness going on with that shit. It's not like you can go Google my name and a bunch of bad shit comes up anyway. Like, I feel like somebody is calling these people directly and, like, being all like, nah, watch out. So it's like, Unity for J, I still support the Julian Assange movement. Like, regardless of whatever drama happens in that situation, like, you know, I still support Julian Assange. I just see that there are many people that work in there that do not trust me or believe that I have, like, good intentions. And you know what? All I gotta say is, fuck each and every single one of you. Except for Ebon Kim, you're fucking cool. And then, Elizabeth Lee Boss is still cool in my book. I mean, I just don't understand. Like, you could have just, like, reached out to me, like, asked a question. It's not like... It just seems like a bad way to, like, treat people, really. Especially, like, people with so much skill, you know? It's like, people are always telling me, oh, you should go do good things. And this is why I don't go help people, folks. This is why I don't do any of this stuff. It's because then I gotta deal with this shit. It's the same reason that, you know, most of this other drama that's coming up, you know, like, I wanted to say...
And you can watch more of that if he does and other stuff. But yeah, he's 100% right. It doesn't matter who you like or dislike. Hey, many people hate me. Many people hate me. What's more important is the freedom that's at stake. You think all the founding fathers of the United States liked each other? Hell, I'm pretty sure some of them hated each other's guts. But you know what was more important? Being free and finding a country, founding a country of their own where they are free. How about that? Our goal is to help one man. All this work, all these hours, all this prep work, all this design work, all this reaching out and outreach and all this stuff is for one person. We're not even founding a country right now. It's just one little person. It's just, I mean, big person, but it's one person just like everyone else. It doesn't matter who I like or dislike or trust or distrust. Pretty much you just have to trust someone until you can't trust that person anymore. For me, Defango was in there, helped out for Unity for J Online Visual 3.0. That was what, a 60-something hour vigil? We can't do it alone. I can't do it alone. Me and Joe wouldn't be able to do it alone. Me, Joe, and Fly and David S. Can't do that all by ourselves, although each of us have done it. It's like, do you think I like letting strangers that I don't really know into my internal network, my home network, on access to my own computer? Would you? I don't think so. Yeah, so Defango had control of the Unity 4J on the Visual 3.0. He had control of my home network. I didn't see anything that happened with it. Online Visual 3.0 went on without a hitch. My network, my computer is totally fine. I don't have to deal with viruses. I don't have to deal with anything like that. How? FBI knows where I live. FBI knows. CIA knows. NSA knows. If they want to do something, they do something. Yeah, I just that sucks for Defango. It probably sucks for a lot of us, and that kind of brings me to my thing. Like, it's fine. I don't know what's going on. Things are weird. I don't want to show the mods because I'm still a mod. So I'm here in the timeout page. Where am I? Timeout. Yeah. But I was like, hey, what's going on? Why don't I see? Because I don't hang out in the Discord. Just honestly, I have my own stuff going on. I spend time with my kids when I have time with my kids. Priorities, family, my wife, my own projects, this stuff, trying to get people to talk with each other. People need to start doing that, and less people are talking with each other. maybe it's just me, but hey, it's fine. As long as you guys have your own little platforms to talk with each other, hey, that's good, because that's what we need to start doing. Anyway, I was like, hey, where's Stream Team? It's like, did something happen? And so I was like, okay, I don't have Stream Team. I'm wondering why I'm still here. And there is still a Stream Team. So that's Joe Manji. This is me. So that's okay. I will help where I need to help out. That's all I can do, right? It's like, oh, we can't start getting into the little, hey, we don't want you in our little club anymore, or big club. It's like, all right, fine. It's like, all right, see ya. That's it. I'm good. It's like, oh, hey, we don't want you in our club, but can you do this for us this next time? It's like, why? Why? It's like, you guys are doing good without me. It's like, you didn't want me in the club for a reason. I didn't ask. But it's good. It's good. We're on the same point, Defango. Weird stuff is happening. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Talking about it helps. It's easy. I trust pretty much everyone still. I don't have any distrust of anyone so far that I've worked with Unity4J. I don't. But I'm pretty sure there are distrust towards certain others, but that's okay. Like, this is these are the videos that I do. Isn't it interesting that the views that I get are pretty low on YouTube? And I've been YouTubing for a year and a half. Look at my Steam it. Actually, don't look at my Steam it, but look at my DLive. You can see all the views there. Heck, I got 17 live viewers and 18 people. No, I'm not being blocked out, right? I'm just stating as a case for a situation. So look at a lot of these videos. I'm starting to get hundreds of views that I've gotten similar to. Of course, some are like no views, but still way more than YouTube. So obviously, YouTube has been probably going, hey, we don't want people watching this guy. But you know what? People watch me. As weird as that is. It's not like I have easy, like, 10-15 minute videos. Here's a 10-minute breakdown of the top 10 surprise cameos in Marvel movies. Right? I don't have that stuff. I've got grueling 5-hour videos. Here, let me see. Let me show you. Where's an easy one? Okay, here we go. Last night was 3.5 hours. The one before that was an hour and a half. Before that, it was 5 hours 40 minutes. Before that, 5 hours 48 minutes. Before that, an hour 18. Before that, 2 hours 27 minutes. Before that, 5 hours 16 minutes. Before that, an hour 55 minutes. Before that, 2 hours 6 minutes. You know, 10 minute 43 upload. 2 minutes 41. 2 hours 41 minutes. I mean, this goes on and on and on. It's like, it's not like people are like, hey, Ebon's video's up, let's go watch the entire 5-6 hours that might be up. How exciting. Yeah, I know people aren't going to watch everything, or even the topics that I want to talk about. Analytics. Here's something fun. Here, how about we do some math? Look at my estimated revenue, $3.80. Woohoo! I don't know how many I know how many videos. Let's see if I go here. 610 videos. That's on YouTube, and that's some of the stuff that doesn't include the stuff that they deleted or taken off or whatever. But still, 610 videos. I would say the average length of time of video that I have uploaded is 2 hours. So 610 times 2 is about 1,220 hours. That's a lot of hours. But more importantly, it's the amount of hours that people watch. So watch time minutes, 2 hours, or 2,298,622. So that's how many minutes people have been watching. So you just divide that by, let me zoom that in for you. You just divide that by 60, you know, you get hours, and then you times that by, okay, that would be my my average hourly rate, which I am going to make a video, which I don't want public, but I guess it is going to be public because it's just going to be doing stuff locally. But hell, I don't care. I like doing everything public anyway. But anyway, so if that sounds like the amount of time, this is just the hours watched. That's 610 videos times 2 hours. That doesn't include setup time for all this stuff. Setup time is a bugger as hell. Look, you know, that intro that I do, the quotes that I do, the ending that I set up, and just what I want to talk about this day, the things that I was watching, listening to, reading that I want to bring out to people so they can watch me. Because what I'm trying to do is like, hey, you can go and watch your football, you could go and watch your news, you can go watch your independent news commentary, you could go and watch your conspiracy theory stuff. What I'm trying to tell you is like, this is what I've been watching, listening, hearing, and how I think it has some merit just because of a perspective of mine, and hopefully someone else is doing the same and they have their own perspectives that they could tell other people about, and we just have a conversation about it. Anyways, I wish that was the amount of money I could have. You know what? That way, a lot of people who are activists wouldn't be figuring out, hey, what am I going to eat this month? You know, I spend all this time on whatever this is, activism or outreach or whatever. Just something that's, hey, people need to just wake up. This is not the way things are supposed to be. You're always being lied to. The one person who's not lying to you is, hey, it's me. Just tell me one lie that I've done out of millions of, oh, sorry, not millions. Okay, thousands of hours of videos. You could just point out one or any pretty much, okay, asshole-ish thing, but no. Violent thing, but maybe dishonorable thing. I haven't done anything dishonorable, have I? I state what I will do when something happens. I say, hey, this is my only rule, and that's all the rule that I care about. And when that happens, is look, I either am a liar by not doing anything about it, or I'm a coward, or I follow through on what I said and do it and be hated for that. I'm always going to choose that latter. Okay? If I say something, I'm going to do something, and I'm going to do the best of my ability to do something until I can't, and I will tell you that I can't. And then we will discuss it again and again and again, but I need people to talk to me. I need to talk to them, and there we go. But yeah, I would love $2.5 million of the amount of people watching my stuff. I don't think that'll ever happen. Hell, I'll take the let's just divide it. Can I reverse this? Oh, yeah, I'll just take, if I was being paid what, minimum wage? Which minimum wage? Let me just double check. Minimum wage, Nebraska. $9. I'll take the minimum wage. All right, let's do minimum wage. I'll take the $344,793.30 minimum wage rate for minutes viewed of my videos. I'll take it. All right. You know, I've been here since a long time ago. A lot of it was private. I'm not afraid to show what I had. It's just like my wife running my then marathon private back in 2009. More of that unlisted stuff. I did some computer stuff, software stuff, gaming stuff, review stuff, and then I was like, all right, let's start getting into politics. It's like I woke up, things are not good in this world. We keep being lied to, and you know what? Let's change that. So I just uploaded the things in HD. You know, everything that went on in the Democratic debates, all of it's here. You can watch all three DNC primary debates with Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton, and heck, there's even one debate for Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, and there's ones that I've uploaded too that got taken down. I wanted to put all of them up there because it was important. But you know what? I'm pretty sure eventually YouTube's going to shut me down. You won't be able to watch it all in full. You'll just get snippets here and there from commentators trying to state one case over another. That's fine. Anyways, yeah, so I started a long time ago. I just really wasn't into it. I was just doing my own thing. And I woke up, it's like, all right, let's figure this out. Let's try to even get people motivated. Look at this, 54 views. This is a video I made. And of course here, this entire video, because I'm going to play this motivation video, is going to get a copyright strike. It's 2 minutes 35 seconds. Who cares? I get copyright striked all the time.
There's something happening here, but what it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. There's battle lines being drawn, and nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their minds are getting so much resistance from behind. Time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. What a field day for the heat. 1,000 people in the street, singing songs and carrying signs, mostly say hooray for our side. It's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Strikes deep into your life, it will creep. It starts when you're always afraid. Step out of line, the man come and take you away. We better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop now. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop. Children, what's that sound?
Okay, maybe no Bernie Sanders 2020. I wouldn't want Bernie Sanders 2020. Hey, look, this was back in February 3rd, 2017, okay? That's when I was still not really fully awake. I didn't really know what was going on. I was just like, hey, that was good times, I guess. Just that whole video, it just keeps going. It's just a bunch of people waiting in line to vote. People actually care. It's like, damn, I don't know if I would even want to, back then, if I would have waited in that line just to see a movie I wanted to see on opening day. These are people who care. They'll wait in that heat, that Arizona heat, to go vote. And not even the entire general election. It's a primary, for God's sake. So people care. Just got to find a way to make people care again. Anyway, where was I going with this? I don't know if I had a point or not. Anyways, that's that. So how's the football games going? Any football fans out there? How about how about the guy who kneels all the time? How about we talk about that? No, I don't want to talk about that. I'm telling you, this coffee is so good. I could just sit here and just drink coffee in silence. The amazing thing is like the 19 people watching are still watching. We're just sitting here drinking coffee. Good coffee. Oh man, the best coffee. I'm telling you. Better than drinking the coffee is just smelling the coffee. I mean, if I woke up to just coffee, just smell of coffee, I'm just, yep, I know what I want for the day. Coffee. And that just gets you energized. Like, all right, let's work on this. Get excited for the day. How many people here are excited to start the day? I don't think many people are. I'm excited to start my day. I'm excited to start my night. I'm excited to get my kids and have time with them. I'm excited to have my wife come home from work and spend time with her. I am happy. I am happy. Despite all the going on, despite all the hate, despite all the mistrust, I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. I guess you could say that. Enjoying a hot cup of coffee. I don't like saying cup of Joe. I don't know Joe. Is it Joanne or is it Joseph? Apparently those two are my cousin's names. I prefer not to use the name Joe. Oh, so good. Coffee's so good. Grand Domain. Very pricey. Koa Coffee, Koa Plantation. Please don't tell me anything bad about that plantation, because it's a very, very good bean. Coffee bean. Yeah, some of the things that I will probably turn a blind eye on. It's a good cup of coffee. I know what's the weird thing is I grew up in Federal Way, Washington. And I tell you, that's where they say it's like the coffee capital of the U.S. because of Starbucks and a couple other places. But I mean, I didn't really drink coffee that much. Even when I worked at Microsoft, free Starbucks coffee. I didn't touch it because I didn't want any of the after effects of caffeine. Yeah, caffeine's bad, but you know what? Can they make something like this with just the taste of it in like decaffeinated? I don't think so. I've tasted decaffeinated coffee and oh man, no. It's like drinking Folgers cold, whatever they call it, carbon freezed. I don't know what that is, but yeah, it's bad. I don't even know if anyone's trying to come in. Do I have my dinger on? Where's my Zoom dinger? Oh wait, yeah, Ryan. I'm sorry. Hey there, Ryan. Yeah, let me get my dinger on. I couldn't hear you.
Yo, what's up?
How's it going, Ryan?
What's going on, man? You sound a bit bummed.
I'm not. I'm bummed that Defango is feeling the way he is because I trusted the guy. I trust him still. I think he's a good guy.
What did he do? I missed the start.
Oh, so he was just in I think a conversation was either by Zoom or by Discord, and he just saw that Susie Dawson shared the screen, and there was just some stuff on that screen where it's saying I don't trust Defango or something like that, and and I don't want him working on stuff, so that's kind of bad. And then I looked on Discord and I just was like, I'm off the stream team, but that's okay. I just want to help. I just want Julian Assange out, whatever it means, whatever avenues that's taken. Hey, I'm okay with it. But hey, less work for me, right? Now it's got to figure out, besides this, what else can I do? And I think the next thing I can do is just either find our own way, you know, like we were talking last night. Just try to get activist pool of money so people can access that pool of money to continue activism. And we can't just have people who are trying to make the world better who get shut off by the system to just starve to death, because it's a war of attrition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just coming on because I've got to go in a minute because I've got a doctor's appointment. But I was just coming on to see what's going on until because I missed the beginning of it. So,
Okay.
And then DLive wasn't letting me chat to you, and then I thought, well,
I know
I'll
how
just
much you
jump
love
on.
DLive. I'm telling you.
It hates me, I can tell you now. It really hates me. So it won't let me link any accounts to my Steemit account or anything. So.
You know, we should if you want to do a private Zoom to get you all settled on that, we can do that. So,
It's all good, man. I'm happy just to go with the flow.
okay.
I'm not streaming all that much at the moment anyway, so there's not much going on in my life, and people seem to be busy with other things. So yeah, I mean, I think the other night I got 6 people tuning in. So, oops, you got somebody else jumping in.
Hey, Christian, how's it going?
Yo, Christian. Well, I'm going to leave you guys and love you guys. I've got a doctor's appointment I need to go to.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for coming in.
All
Hopefully
right.
it's good news.
No worries. All right, flip side, guys.
See you on the flip.
Oh, I just want to show you something real quick, Christian.
Yeah.
So I cut out the stickers. All the stickers have to be prearranged and manually cut out.
Mhm.
It's
That's
tough cutting circles because I've got.
You got shaky fingers, shaky hands.
This is what I have to use for the short term, and I'll show you in a bit. Because as with software, I like to automate things. Heck, even harder.
Right.
So doing things manually just takes up a lot of time.
Oh yeah.
So this thing is a circle cutter. Right, you got all these different holes. You push this in, right, and you go around, and that's how you cut it out manually.
Yes.
And it's pretty cheap. But it works. There's other ones where it's like a compass, except the compass, it pricks a hole in the middle of the sticker. It's like, I don't want that. And so this is just where I cut it out. Like before I cut out stuff, it's just one of those like you put it on top, and you can make cuts towards it. Like if I use X-Acto knives to make a specific type of outline cutout for a sticker.
Right. A
I mean,
specific shape.
Yeah. So before I was using cardboard, but cardboard would just wear out after time. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna use that. So I started kind of bad because I started kind of outside the circle line, and you could kind of see how bad some of it is, right? I mean, I could rework that. It's a little bit hard.
Ebon, that's fine.
No,
man.
but then I got a little bit better, and you know, some things are cut out. I found out kind of where on Julian Assange's nose I need to be centered on to make a better circle. And
you had to be on the nose.
yeah, to be right on the nose. That's a good one. These are the smaller ones. These are more like badges. I mean, still not that good. I need to space them out a little bit more and cut them in a certain order. Because if I cut them big ones first and all this other stuff, I've got nothing to grab onto the paper, so it just starts moving around, and that's why it ruins some of these circle cuts. But I mean, they turned out okay. And there's these like thumb-sized ones. They're just slightly bigger than a thumb. Slightly.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if these are worth printing out because not many people will see it unless you put them on like books and magazines or newspapers or menus or something. I just don't think.
Or you could put that in a mailbox.
On people's mailboxes? Or
No, a public one.
Oh,
A public
but
one.
wouldn't you want to put a big one on a public mailbox anyway so people can see it?
Well, yeah, that too. But for using those, I think ultimately you will want it in a place where people get really close. So I think a mailbox would be ideal for those.
Oh, I see. It's like, hey, what's the little sticker? That makes sense. So, I mean, these aren't that hard to cut, and I could fit a lot of these into them. I just got to space out the template that I have. And Ryan is saying, you know, we're talking about it, even though things might be slightly expensive, ordering in bulk through like Alibaba or something like that.
I saw the video, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this stuff right here, materials cost is like, for a whole page of this, is about 6 cents. All these stickers is about 6. No, wait. How did I price it? Yeah. So all of this would be 6 cents. But basically, we'd be charging 18 cents. Because, or no, not really. All right, here we go. This was like 12 cents, right? Postage to 50 cents. Another one would cost another 12 cents. And then, that's with ink. The 12 cents of ink, sorry. And then, so it'd be like 24 cents of ink. And then the pages, so 2 pages of this would be 25 cents about each. So that's $1, basically $1.05 That was like just the estimate. For twice the amount of these, actually maybe a little bit more because I messed up. I missed out 3 or 4 stickers. Yeah. And I could probably fit more in. And what I've got is this is the envelope. So this envelope weighs 0.2 ounces, and the stickers, however many can fit in, will be weighed at 0.8 ounces. So I'm just going to try to fit as many stickers as possible until it's 0.8 ounces. And so this can be mailed anywhere in the United States with with the anytime stamp, which is 50 cents. If I get a bigger envelope to ship to people, if people want bigger sizes, then I'll just order bigger size envelopes, but there's just gonna be less stickers on them because they're gonna want bigger stickers, right?
They're gonna want bigger ones.
Stickers will have to fit, and bigger stickers will weigh more, and so that would all have to be adjusted. But the thing is, if we want to get the stuff now, it would have to be like through private orders somewhere. We either have like a Discord page, right? Or we have something like Etsy. The thing is, with Etsy or something, they'll always take a percentage out of it.
Right, like eBay.
Yeah, and
yeah, I know what it is.
I don't know if we want to do, always paying the system on activist stuff. It's like, every cent pretty much counts. And so I feel like we got to do it our own way outside the system, and people will be okay with it. And at this point, it's still based on trust. It's like, who can we trust with the money? It's like, all I can say is, all it takes is one time, folks. And what are people gonna sell out with and skip town? It's like, you guys will know where I'm at because the return mail is gonna be my address.
Right.
But the best way to track it is just let all the sales be seen in the public. Don't let them, the amount, the number, the receipt number. Don't put the name or address. You could probably maybe put the zip code so people know, someone from this location ordered some. And put it in one Bitcoin account. So whatever money goes through gets transferred to Bitcoin, so everyone can see that, okay, all this adds up. This is Bitcoin to transfer to the Bitcoin. Whatever fees it takes to get to that Bitcoin, and that way people see that that's there, and then pool it out to everyone. Everyone has to figure out how to use Bitcoin, and you don't have to use Bitcoin. You can use any other cryptocurrency, but right now that's best way to track it, because you have that one address, that address associated with one person. Anybody out there can check on that address and see however much money was sent and received, right? So it's like, hey, I didn't get paid. What are you talking about? I think you're lying. It's like, that's your cryptocurrency address. That's how much money was sent to it. It don't lie, right? So that's the only way I could think of it. If anyone else has a better idea, by all means, I'm all ears.
Right. Well,
So-
I think at first, I think
Oh,
it
so
would be. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying. So $1.05 in materials costs, $1 to me, whoever's doing it, and then $1
Right.
that goes into the activist pool.
It's the
Right.
active.
So
Okay.
that's, and whoever works on stuff, I think they need to do the same thing. Like, if they and they have to have their what they can survive on for a year. So say in 1 month, I've got 50,000 orders, and I'm okay with 50,000 a year. It's like I don't need that. I don't need that dollar going into my bank account. So $2 goes into the activist pool. And other people who are activists that are doing stuff that people can purchase, merchandising, whatever, they're like, I live in, I don't live in a podunk town in the middle of nowhere. I live in, Palo Alto or California or something, or, I live in just outside of New York. The cost of living is going to be a little bit expensive. I need about 65, 70 grand in order to make it here. And it's like, all right, we'll figure it out. But the thing is, they'll have to do the same thing. It's like every dollar they make, $1 goes into the pool. So half of what they make is always going into the pool. And then we'll start seeing that pool get to hundreds of thousands, millions even. And that's crazy organizational money pool, right? It's like, hey, who needs money for this? I do. All right, get your cryptocurrency, get your name. We need to know who you are, right? People who are anonymous, I'm sorry, we're not giving out to anonymous. You have to be an activist. You have to show your face. You have to be brave enough, and you have to organize, and you have to show us that you're actually out there doing the activist activities, trying to spread the word. Otherwise, we're just giving money out to just no one or people who want to take advantage of it. And if you do that, we know who you were. It's like that quote early in this video is, you have to trust someone until you can't trust them anymore, pretty much. I ruined that Ernest Hemingway quote, but all right, sorry, go ahead. I messed up your train of thought. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Let me see if I can remember what I was going to say. Well, yeah. First, I think it would be awesome if we had other people on here to talk about it, like Susie and Liz, Joe, and other people, just to bounce ideas off of and see what they think.
Yeah, well, I know
For me,
Fleur. Go ahead.
Fleur. One idea that comes to mind is maybe somehow we could get like the WikiLeaks shop involved in this. Maybe like they could be like the outlet where maybe somebody within that manages WikiLeaks shop has like a high quality printer that you have, and can take some of the workload off of you and print some of this stuff out to whoever wants it and sell it. And like you said, a piece of it goes, like half of it goes to them, like say $2, $1 goes to them, $1 goes to Julian, or his defense fund, or whatever, or an activist.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm.
And it has to be all activist circles. Like say other activists circles, organizations, whether it's First Amendment, Second Amendment, whatever, people on the ground going to all these events that don't want to be funded by George Soros money, don't want to be funded by Koch brothers money, don't want to be, I know it's Koch brothers, but I like saying Koch brothers, that don't want to be funded by these billionaires.
Yeah. Like how it's supposed to be pronounced Koch.
Oh, Koch, whatever. And who's that other? Who the bankers? Who are those guys? The huge
Rothschilds.
The Rothschilds. Yeah, we don't want any of their money in the activists. That has potential for organized takeovers, whatever. It's like, hey, these are the real activists over here.
What about money for me? Surely you would love money for me. And I mean, when I say Shirley, I mean you too, Shirley. You would love money from me. Trust me. Believe me. Would I lie to you? Sorry, go ahead.
That's good. Yeah.
I tend to do it for old time's sake.
You know, a convention would be great. We could have a convention. You dress up as Donald and you do your Donald impression.
Hey, I'll do that. I would fucking do an hour stand up online, just me doing Donald for an hour. That would,
Yeah.
you know.
We could have our own like debate, presidential debate. So we'll have someone as Hillary. Maybe we'll have Shirley as Hillary Clinton.
Oh my god, that'd be funny.
Yeah. I mean, that'll just be just part of the show, to raise awareness, raise money, whatever. And like I was saying, different organization groups, like environmental even groups, rural environmental groups that want change. People, Standing Rock, you know how they might have needed more support and stuff, right? It's like, hey,
hell yeah.
we've got a pool for activism, real activism. Yeah, I know you guys aren't raising much money, but you guys are out there in front lines doing that. It's like, you know your faces, we know what you do. You guys got access to it. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about expenses. Just keep it out there and keep it going, and we've got you supported and stuff like that. Same thing with Julian Assange. Same thing with Second Amendment. Maybe gun like NRA ain't doing shit. Gun Owners America are, but maybe they're not really out there too. But you know, maybe we can support them a little bit. Or I don't know how much money that they've got, but it's pretty simple. It's like Gun Owners America lifetime membership is really cheap, and have something similar to that eventually is like an activist lifetime membership type of thing. It's like, this is all the activism that's going on in the world to fight corruption, to fight injustice, to fight for freedom, and everyone here is not anonymous. Everyone here is brave enough to reveal their full names and what they're doing, what they're being, what they're fighting against at the moment, and those are things you update. Here's where you can talk to them. Here's where you could organize with them. The thing is, you're gonna have to provide your information. I mean, the government has it anyway. Government can track anybody. The government can track you by whatever you have. It's easy. I mean, they're gonna have it soon. Voice recognition, they got you. Their retinal scan, I know Fly's worried about that. They got you. Just conversations, IP addresses. It doesn't even have to be like, even if you went through a VPN service, a really good one, they'll figure out your IP address and know it was you. So people just need to be like, hey, whatever nefarious reasons you think that they're tracking you and getting your data, they've got it already. It's like, really, all you're doing is just hiding yourselves from each other where we might actually need you. And it's like, look, there's people out here. Look at you and me right here every night talking against the corruption, talking against the system. Hell, we have people calling Hillary Clinton a cunt, and we're okay with that. She is a cunt. You know, we're still alive. We're not in prison.
Thankfully, yeah.
Right? So people who are afraid, they got no reason to be afraid. And like, FBI been over my house. Has FBI come over to anyone else's house? I don't think so. So yeah, nothing to worry about so far, unless you see me like in like a ditch saying, oh, FBI is investigating. They're saying it was a suicide. Then you'll have to worry. Then you know I was got to. But yeah. And they go, I'm sorry, the autopsies are under investigation. You won't be able to get the autopsy reports. You know, I was killed by by the system. But yeah, so far I'm not. And,
there's Eric.
Hey Eric, how you doing?
Hey, Eric.
Yeah, hello. How's it going, everyone?
Good, how are you?
It's going all right, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. A little tired, but I'm all right.
Yeah, we all get there. that
Yeah.
tired aspect. But you know,
That fan is mesmerizing, Eric. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, it's an awesome fan. I like it, and plus it keeps me cool in the summertime.
Yeah.
This is like the good fans, not like the fans that blow the fans that are expensive that have light and blow weak ass air.
Yeah. I kind of wish there's some air circulation here, but I'm kind of glad there isn't because I don't know what's above these things. I'm probably sure there's like bat feces, rat feces, maybe a century piles of dust. I don't want it spreading out. All I've got here is like a air filter, HEPA air filter, just to make sure that hopefully half of it doesn't get into me and half of it goes through there. I get paranoid.
Yeah, since we're on that topic, just a quick disclaimer. If you ever see rat or mice droppings, do not vacuum them. It's very dangerous. You could spread that bacteria that they have or the virus that they have in their feces and their shit, their little shit, into the air, and it gets into your lungs, and you are royally fucked.
I would say 99.9% rated HEPA filters that vacuums. The ones that I have are Shark vacuums. Look at those up. Shark vacuums up. Basically, 99.9% of stuff that's vacuumed doesn't go back out. You don't see it. You don't smell it. It's that filter pretty much blocks it from coming out. And there's also
like you would need like if you were to clean that, you would need a hazard suit, big time.
Hazmat, yeah. I mean,
hazmat suit.
Another good vacuum that I like to use is this is expensive. I should start doing reviews and getting paid for that. How about that? DataVac Pro. I mean, you don't have to have the Pro. This is Pro 3.
Are you sure it's not for catching ghosts?
No. Maybe there are a few, but they've been filtered out. So it's the same HEPA. It's like 99.9%. Whatever that goes through, whatever comes out the air, it's all blocked through the filters. It's great. And this one I use here because I have so many electronics. I don't want electrostatic discharge going out and messing with them, especially when I'm live.
Yeah.
So that's the one that I keep around here just so it doesn't mess up my SSDs, hard drives, phone, computers, whatever.
It doesn't mess up your bat cave.
Doesn't mess up my bat cave. I should dress up as Batman. Oops, I'm spitting. No, that's not good. I should dress up as Batman and just do this.
I mean, it'd be fitting, man. You're in a basement after all.
Yeah, it's not a cave though. It's a man-made cave, I guess.
It's a man cave, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, man cave. So Batman cave.
Man cave. Man cave.
It's the man cave of man pig.
I wonder if Debbie Wasserman Schultz has a man cave in her vagina.
Oh.
That's an awesome segue.
I just had to say it.
Yeah. You know, as much as I dislike those despicable people, I still don't.
I'm gonna have nightmares tonight, guys. Thank you, Eric.
Anytime.
Hey, if you want to have a good time, just imagine Debbie Wasserman Schultz having sex with her husband.
No, she's the man in that relationship. She's the Wasserman in that relationship.
Guys, can we change the subject before I sing?
Okay.
Oh my god. I'm gonna have that and Theresa May dancing tonight.
Oh, I saw that. The great thing about, maybe it's not a great thing, but like Twitter feeds and whatever, people, it just pops up every now and then, and you just see.
Oh, speaking of Twitter, did you guys see the hearing? And did you look at like Alex Jones confronting Marco Rubio? Then Marco Rubio became like a total fucking pussy about it.
I saw it on Twitter
saw it,
again,
yeah.
but I didn't look into it. What exactly happened?
Well, you know how Alex Jones is calling out, censorship online with these big tech,
Yep.
and he's trying to, talk to the politicians, but Marco Rubio was like, he was ignoring, kind of like brushing off Alex Jones, pretending like he doesn't know him.
Yeah. Okay.
Marco Rubio's a little bitch, though.
Let me see if I can find the video. Then we can share it here. I'll have to use my other.
But Marco Rubio is such a pussy.
Oh, dude.
I'm not even joking about it either.
All our politicians are
true.
Weak people. All right, let's see. Which one should I play it from? Like when I do a YouTube search here, I'll just show it.
There was one that was like 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Like it was the whole entire thing.
Okay, so here's the results. Which one do we want? Time, like it goes.
There was this
top news goes to establishment now. Time, CNBC, HuffPost.
Yeah, corporate
NBC,
cock media.
Guardian, at least RT. Should we just use RT? They also like to be 2 minutes and 9 seconds.
Let me tweet it. Let me DM it to you. Let me go on this computer and DM it.
Okay.
Because I have it saved.
Yeah, RT was the one that I saw earlier today. That was the video of that I saw.
Okay. Should I just use the RT one?
I got one more.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it was this. Okay. Yeah, it was by Paul Joseph Watson. Hold on, let me copy the link and send it to you.
Through
Twitter.
Okay.
So, okay, I'm just trying to find your Wow, when was the last time I DM'd you? Whoa, March 6th.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a while. Hey, but oh wait.
Here you go.
Wow.
Interesting.
I just sent it out.
Oddly, I usually get replies on my tweets. That's weird. Okay.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I did. Oh, it's a very not sharp video. I guess that's fine. I mean, it's like in 240p video, but I think maybe they're showing the whole thing. It's 4 minutes 15 seconds. So
yeah, that was the one I seen.
all right.
It was great. I mean, Alex Jones totally fucking owned him big time.
All right, here we go, guys. I'm sorry for the resolution. It's not that great.
Alex Jones, should you be able to testify?
Right. Seriously, do I have a First Amendment? Because you talk about authoritarian regimes. They're lying about me and then trying to deplatform me. 26 companies working in concert, violating the Sherman Antitrust Act. And now Senator Warner and Senator Wyden have said, quote, there's thousands of sites worse than Alex Jones. So we're becoming like Cuba, we're becoming like Vietnam, we're becoming like China. So regardless of what people think about me or the straw men, should I have a First Amendment or should these companies be able to violate the whole Safe Harbor Act and all that and then ban conservatives en masse?
I don't know anything about your site.
No, but about the First Amendment.
Yeah, I support the First Amendment. I just ask questions about it.
I know, you were the only one that brought up China. Are you aware of the deplatforming going on?
In China?
No, here. Big tech companies are purging conservatives. They're shadow banning people en masse.
Yeah, well, my broader concern is that what we are trying to do in terms of preventing
That means yes.
our elections, that technology could be used by authoritarian governments to argue, we want you to do the same thing against people that are in our country operating. For example, for them, misinformation would be something like the truth. For them, sowing instability would be supporting democracy and free
But the
speech.
Democrats are doing what you said China does.
That you got from Sheryl Sandberg and Jack Dorsey on that question.
I think Facebook now I think it's important for them not to comply with any efforts to sort of go after freedom.
But what about the Democrats purging conservatives?
She's
not answering. Just the Republicans acting like it isn't happening. Thank God Trump is.
Well, but
it's weird, man.
Oh yeah, it's really weird. There's no purge of conservatives. There's no shadow banning of members of Congress.
Bias in social media?
Yeah, who's this guy? We deplatformed him.
Are you concerned about bias in social media?
Well, I think the bigger bias is against freedom of expression. Everybody should be. There's a look.
It's happening here.
Going
it's
after,
happening here, but you say I don't exist.
Is that a heckler or a press? The gaggle.
Look at this guy. He's saying that I don't exist, and they're deplatforming me.
I just don't know who you are, man.
And
I don't read your website.
Sure, and they demonize me in these very hearings, and then he plays dumb.
Here's the question.
Infowars.com, you know what it is. Oh well.
Does Google, does Facebook, does
that's why you didn't get elected.
Be regulated like what?
Marco Rubio, snake. Little frat boy here. All right. Yeah. Yeah, sure.
I swear to God.
Yeah, you better hope you can deplatforming. Tens of millions of views.
Infowars.
Better than Rush Limbaugh. He knows who Infowars is. Playing this joke over here. That's why. And the deplatforming didn't work.
But here's the question. Here's a question.
Don't touch me again, man. I'm asking you not to touch me.
Well, sure. I just patted you nicely.
I know, but I don't want to be
got triggered.
It's not just going to take my First Amendment. It's not just enough to take my First Amendment. Oh, he'll beat me up.
I didn't say that.
He didn't know who I am, but he's so mad. You're not going to silence me. You're not going to silence America.
But there are people.
You are literally like a little gangster thug.
There are people in.
Physically take care of me.
There are people who feel that they're being they are being silenced. They feel like
he tells you China's the problem, which it is, but they're taking our free speech right now.
Social media platforms, Facebook.
There goes Rubio.
Twitter. Do you believe that these platforms need to be regulated like a public utility, and how do you go about doing that?
Well, I prefer not to. I prefer
That's a good question that she asked.
But obviously, we're going to watch closely to make sure that these tools that are being used. I mean, one thing is to say we're going to go after foreign interference designed to sow instability.
But it's already going on here.
Another thing is to
the
say
Democrats
we're going to go
are raping the Republicans.
Because at some point, someone has to make a determination. What's the difference between misinformation from abroad and differences of opinion within the United States?
And that's happening
here.
here.
It's a very fine line, and that's something we need to be careful about. We don't overreach in that direction.
But then he doesn't know about Infowars being banned. He doesn't know about the top news story in the country.
About how they, not just how they apply that within the United States,
Infowars
but they don't become agents of authoritarian regimes abroad to crack down on free speech. Because
I wonder why Rubio got so mad at me.
There's a balance between what is free speech.
Alex Jones is so fucking funny.
I'm sorry, we gotta get
Yeah, man, I gotta go to the committee.
Exactly.
You guys can talk to this clown.
Oh yeah, looks a little frat boy, so cool. Go back to your bathhouse. Bathhouses. There goes Rubio, little punk. Anyways, you gotta love people that come from authoritarian regimes, and then they don't even appreciate America.
So freedom of speech. What do you make of the?
I mean, there's some hilarious moments there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, I know. Like, it's all a show. That is an entertaining show.
Hey, but Alex Jones was speaking out for free speech, so I give him kudos and credit for that.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing with him going after Marco Rubio was very funny, big time. And you know what? Alex Jones is right about they're attacking our free speech. They could take down any YouTube, Twitter, whatever down at any time.
Yeah. I mean, I like those little quips. It's like, that's why you're not president. Called him a clown. He replied, frat boy. Oh man,
called him a fucking frat boy. But Marco Rubio, the senator of my fucking state. I didn't even vote for him. I never liked Marco Rubio anyway.
Yeah, the only traction I would say is that it's just not Democrats. It's not one side. Both sides are doing it, and I don't think I'm pretty sure Alex Jones seems like a smart enough fella to know that.
To antagonize.
Well, yeah, to know that it's just not the Democrats. It's the entire system.
Right.
But
it is the entire system. They just want to censor and shut people up because they're establishmentarian SJWs. You could see the behavior of them too. I mean, don't you notice the social justice warrior behavior though?
mm-hmm.
That they actually engage, like, oh, they're offending establishment. We're getting triggered. We must censor. Like, I do see that.
Yeah.
I really do. They get so fucking shit triggered when it comes to them. It's like, oh, how dare you speak out against this? Oh, we're triggered and offended. You should be censored.
The touching, I don't know. I probably wouldn't want someone to touch me too, but I mean, that was just a funny bit. And another thing that if you
Marco Rubio's a little bitch though.
Yeah, the security guard behind him was like, "What do I do? Do I do something?" It's like the security guard was like, "Do I intervene? Do I pull him away?"
Well, he did. He pulled his hand away from the last time.
Is that what he did? Okay.
Yeah.
But Alex Jones wouldn't, harm a fly. He wouldn't hurt a politician.
He wouldn't spit on them either, unfortunately. Someone spit on him. Jimmy Dore, come on. That's not very nice.
I wouldn't spit over ideological issues and shit. I wouldn't spit on somebody or fucking hit somebody because it's fucking worthless and stupid anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you don't disagree with me, I must punch you in the Nazi or whatever you are, lecture, label, boom.
Yeah.
And go on and fucking screech and ramble about fucking nonsense.
That's a good time to what you were talking about before, about how we have to keep talking to each other. We have to maintain communication and dialogue with each other.
Yeah.
Especially us, the quote unquote 99%, the citizenry.
Yeah.
Because they're not just going after conservatives or Republicans. They're going after everybody, like what Eric said, that doesn't toe the establishment line, that doesn't regurgitate the establishment narratives that they want us to, that they want us to follow and believe.
They all propagate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the establishment propagates it, and plus, the DNC emails and the Podesta emails are proof that they're behind this shit.
Mm-hmm.
All of it. I mean, that's evidence right there. That just proves the collusion, big time. And I thank WikiLeaks, DNC, and Podesta emails for that, and whoever leaked them out. I really think whoever leaked them out, I thank them with all my heart because I appreciate what they have done to expose the corruption upon the system, because I know it's just not the Democratic Party, but it is both parties. But I like to blame more of the Democratic Party because, like Alex Jones, I like to intimidate the Democratic Party, also telling that to a Republican and they're going to be like, oh God, this, yeah, Democrats, but Republicans are behind this too, but we can't speak about it.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I say roles were reversed. Say we had Hillary Clinton. And
I think this world would have been gone long ago.
I don't know, because I feel like the in the media that the progressives follow, people like Jimmy Dore. I know. The majority that watch them are what a lot of people would consider progressives. And the thing is, the actual neoliberals, the Democrats, almost hate. I would say they hate them more than they do the Republicans. And I wonder if Hillary Clinton was in power and the Democrats controlled the Senate and the House, whether they would have done the same thing towards people like or to stations like RT, to people like I don't know,
Alex Jones.
No, not
Caitlin
Alex Jones.
Johnstone.
Because yeah, more like Caitlin Johnston. I'm not talking about doing. If they would have done it to Alex Jones, they would probably liked it because they figured, hey, we won and Alex Jones didn't do anything, so we're not going to worry about him. But I think they might be more worried about people who are like on the progressive side of the independent news commentators, and I like because they're not doing stuff towards TYT, right?
Well, TYT is just a bunch of paid DNC propaganda bullshit anyway. They're all fake news. They're all a bunch of fucking fakes and phonies. I hate TYT.
But a lot of people think that, and I honestly, I'll say for me too, that Alex Jones is the same thing. He's just the one on the right, and that this is all a kind of a plan to just, hey, we took down the biggest conspiracy theorist person, and there we go. It's okay to do that, and like, no, it's not. It's like I think it's no proof. This is just an opinion of mine, and that's why people may not like it, but hey, I'm gonna state it. And the thing is, if they were really, really worried about big independent sources that aren't mainstream, I guess you would consider it, TYT should be right there with Alex Jones.
But they're not, because they're not, but they just want to keep, saying that, Trump, oh, Trump this, Trump that, because you know what, they're just, TYT are just like a bunch of fucking, establishment opportunists for the fucking DNC, and they lecture the DNC talking points. But that's the way I actually do see TYT. They're nothing more than, a bunch of lecturers or propagandists through like an ivory tower bullshit fake news studio, kind of like with all fucking networks, corporate media. And they pretend to be independent, but they're dependent upon, fucking corporate money and ripping off, the people that actually donate to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
disgusting.
A lot of it's just being blinded by hatred.
Exactly.
So they see so much red that they can't see past their own nose. They can't see the writing on the wall that this could be done to anybody.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're Alex Jones or Caitlin Johnston. I mean, just look at the two contrasting names there.
The thing I don't like about Alex Jones again is he kind of makes it all about himself. It's
not.
And the thing is, there's been hundreds, if not thousands, of YouTube videos taken down the same way as his, but he doesn't voice. As the biggest person who's been taken down by multiple platforms so far, he hasn't spoken for the little guys. And if you're the biggest guy out there, that's usually, if you're a good person, you usually speak for the little guys, saying, "Hey, it's just not me. It's these hundreds, these thousands. Look at this person. Look at this person." And, he could say the same thing that people say to him. It's like, I don't like his content. He's talking about them, but he should be free to say what he wants to say, type of things.
I mean, Jimmy stood up for him. Jimmy Dore stood up for him.
Mm-hmm. So did who's the other guy? The we played this video. Kyle Kalinske did too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that
was a shocker.
That's big. No, he's always been kind of a straight up guy. I don't agree with a lot of what he says. I don't agree on a lot of his ideological positions either. But he does try to speak from the truth of himself as much as possible, and I give him credit for that. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know what else to talk about. I mean, it's
Thursday, so I want to say thank you, Ebon, for always trying to speak for.
Oh yeah, thank you, Thursdays. Yeah, it's
I should do it.
Here. Thank you.
The list is small and big. But
big and small list.
Yeah. But thank you, Christian and Eric. I mean, you guys are always on, at least still talking to me. Ryan too. the amount of people that want to talk to me is growing smaller by the day. But that's okay.
Oh, man.
I enjoy the silence. I don't know. Like I could just be. You know how people. I don't know if you guys watch Alone or things like that. Shows where people are just surviving on their own in nature, and a lot of the
Yeah, I
time
know what you're talking about.
they
but
go
yeah.
crazy and they just want to go home because they have no one to talk to. It's like
Mhm.
that's perfect for me. I could not hear anyone else's voice for a year and I'd probably be okay. I'd be like, this is so peaceful.
Oh, wow.
I mean, because my thoughts are always going. I don't know if you guys have that same thing. It's like you're always thinking. It's almost like that for me. I'm just always thinking, planning, figuring things out, investigating. It's like I don't need someone else to talk to me. Sometimes it's like that I have to pull away just to listen to somebody. Sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, hi. And I have to engage in conversation. It's like I don't want to go out sometimes to talk with people and do small talk. It's like I could be doing something, I could be accomplishing something, but okay, let's socialize. We have to socialize sometimes.
Yeah, like I felt the same way. Like you said, like sometimes you feel like you don't want to really engage in small talk with people. Like I felt the same way today when I was going out and I was chalking some sidewalks in New Jersey. I just wanted to, get this over with and, and go home because it was super hot out.
Yeah.
Super hot out today.
Well, were people like just asking you what you're doing and why and?
People were just looking at me.
Oh.
Like I'm some fucking nut. Oh, in New York, a guy, I was in Times Square. I was doing the thing, right? When I finished, he's like, Unity for Jay, right? And I go, Unity for Jesus? And I just walked away. I left him right there. Hey, but he's gonna be interested to find out now.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? We should have some like stickers that's Unity for Jay and have Julian with long Jesus hair in a robe and a.
Oh, that would be cool, dude. Send Bean a message, man. I'm sure he can hook it up.
No, that I don't know if we should do that.
I think people would get offended, though.
Yeah, it's like, this is for Jesus. This is for a guy named Julian. Sounds like a Roman guy.
The Roman guy. Yeah, man.
And people get offended very easily these days. Way too offended. Even like the most simplest words, they get so fucking offended. Oh my god.
Well, I always want to do this. Back to you. Sorry, Christian. Is for Christian people, it's like, hey, what would Jesus do with Julian Assange? Seriously, what do they think Jesus would do? It's like let him rot in the embassy? They would
they
put him in Gitmo? It's like, hey, Christian believers, what do you guys think Jesus would do about a whole bunch of things? But let's just start with Julian Assange. What would Jesus do? Right? Go ahead, Eric.
Oh, if I were a believer, I'd be like, Julian Assange should be a free man, and the people that fucking put him there should all rot in fucking hell.
Yeah. I would say, oh, go ahead, Eric. Come on, finish going.
Also, I'd be like, you know what? He gave up. He just gave up he gave up a lot for for human beings like us, just so he could reveal the truth about the corruption within the governments, the governments,
yeah.
all of them.
Yeah.
And I mean, if they were true, if they, with some people, yeah, they would completely 100% agree with me, like, religious ideology wise. If they, really like Julian Assange, he should be a free man. He's an angel, wonderful human being. And these, like, corrupted politicians, yeah, there's a special place in hell for them. And they should be thrown in jail, or whatever they do that they deserve to get.
Yeah, for me, yeah, Julian be free, to move around wherever he wants, freedom of movement, to do his job. The journalist and the publisher, definitely have those who have been responsible for his persecution face repercussions under the law, like they're supposed to. And all those people he's exposed, all the war criminals like Bush and Cheney and Blair, and the list goes on and on and on and on. And I think in Australia they should make his birthday a national holiday, Julian Assange Day or WikiLeaks Day, and maybe even go a step further and have a statue erected in Melbourne, his hometown. That's what I would do if I were, well, that's what I think Jesus would do. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if Jesus would want statues up for anybody, but who knows? Hey, isn't Ryan in Melbourne? Maybe he could do that.
Yeah, he's in the Melbourne area. Yeah.
I think what would be cool is like during the summers in beaches, at least in Massachusetts, is that I was just thinking that earlier that how Ryan always says Massachusetts. So in Massachusetts, on the beaches, they have these weekends where they build sandcastles, and people out there just really great sandcastles, it's detailed and whatever. Sometimes they do statues and monuments, whatever. Maybe someone could do that. Is like build someone who's artistic, build a sandcastle with Julian Assange, and take a picture, and that would be awesome. It's just like one of the pictures I saw. Someone was climbing a mountain, right? Mm-hmm. Was it Everest? But they had a huge like Julian Assange.
It was Everest. Yes.
Yeah. Let me. I can't change it until they get in the room. 870. Oh, I could hide them and then. Hi, 870. You're just hidden for a while until I change your name. One thing that kind of sucks is Hey, 870. We can't hear you.
Hey, it's Hope. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Hope.
Oh, hi, Hope.
Hey, it's Hope. I just wanted to say hi to you guys.
Hello, Hope. How's it going?
Is this the first
time?
time?
It's going
good. Your voice sounds
I heard y'all.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I sound really Southern, don't I?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
So
but I heard y'all talking about Jesus and believers and stuff like that. Well, I am one. And I just wanted to say that I think that it is part of my duty as a Christian to help out prisoners and people like Julian Assange. And, this is not my first time doing this. I hate the way I talk.
I love it.
I like your voice.
I'm from Arkansas, and I'm from the town where they had the West Memphis 3 trials, and I knew from the very beginning that those guys were innocent, and I worked hard. I mean, I made so many phone calls. I went to the courthouse. I mean, and then the day they were freed was just oh my God, the feeling, and I just really hope that happens this time too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think, I pointed this out to Ebon, and I gotta bring it up with Susie and everybody else. Every time we do vigils, I notice that subscriptions to Unity for J channel go up, and also the number of people who have signed on certain petitions go up. Because I was rummaging through a petition for comments that I made earlier when I left translations and whatnot. And I saw like literally every single week that we had an online vigil, more people, there was just a spike in the number of signatures. Like you'd see it like 4 weeks ago, you see just this huge spike. 8 weeks ago, another huge spike. 12 weeks ago, another huge spike. So I think what would be good is if we were to have an online vigil, and now that we have that format where it's just 12 hours long, it's much more manageable. I think we could accomplish that every 2 weeks. I think it's possible, it's doable. And I think it would be a good next step to ramp up, to amplify the noise that we're making for Julian. Because I mean, we've already had how many guests on so far? Like 60, 65, something like that. We only need 24 to fill up, 12 hours, if that. Like I don't even think we had 24 this time because we had Susie coming in and Joe Lawyer coming in, for 2 or 3 times to interview somebody. So I think doing stuff like that would be a good next step. And then obviously having
I like the new format.
Yeah, having Unity, and it's a good format. Yeah, I dig the format. And having Unity for J actions, sponsored actions like Unity for J Day going on. And just doing simple shit like, go ahead, hopefully. Yeah.
Everything that you do, every little thing, it adds up. I mean, I've seen this happen before, and I'm going to go ahead and sign off because it's late. But I wanted to tell you guys that thank you for all you do, and that this is, I mean, this could really happen, and it could happen any day. He could be freed, and so I mean, you guys are great. I appreciate y'all, and have a good night. I'm going to continue watching the stream.
We love you. You have yourself a wonderful night, and thank you for calling in. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you for calling in, Hope. We appreciate all that you do too.
Yeah, you've been doing it for much longer than us, Hope. People don't realize that.
Thank you. All right. Well, have a great night, guys.
You too.
You too. Take care.
Sleep well.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, if you guys haven't gone to Hope's website, Hope, if you want to put out the work that you've been doing for a long time, we're like infants compared to a lot of the people who've been activists for such a long time. And
true. Like with me, I just share out a bunch of stuff, because I do wanted to get it. Because I do wanted to get it into, my Twitter feed, into other Twitter feeds, so people can get this information.
Yeah.
Because like when it comes to me, like with the Julian Assange issue, it's actually how everyone has like issues that are important to them, like political issues.
Mm-hmm.
But like this to me, with Julian Assange, this is actually a very, very important issue to me, and it's like one of the issues that I'm really, truly standing for. I mean, will I share other people's views and other issues? Fine, because I'm fine with that. I don't care. But, I have my own thing, and that's until Julian Assange is free. I'm just going to keep sharing this stuff until he's free, and I'm going to keep, advocating as much as possible.
And someone has to do it, and you do a great job of it, Eric. So
Nice.
Because I am lacking in that regard, but mostly I tend to not retweet a lot because if they see it from me, they're like, I'm not looking. So I try to stay away from as many movements as possible, because my name by association might attract 50 to 100 people who'd be interested in it if it wasn't for
like
me being in it.
with me, I don't associate myself with anyone. I just join and just do whatever I want because I'm a lone wolf.
Yeah.
Tell you the truth, I am a lone wolf. When I do something, I do it independently. No one asks me what to say, what to do.
No peer pressure. That's good.
Nope. No pressure at all.
No groupthink. It's good. I like that. I agree with that. I would want my kids to be like that. So that's a good thing, Eric.
Some people work better that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I actually work better that way. I actually work better that way myself. I mean, if there's like a movement that I'll stand with and actually share information, I'll do that instead. Because like with me, I would rather work alone instead of like okay, this is how you're supposed to do it, and I want it done like this. I mean, with me, I do it independently.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, that's how true leaders are made, by doing things independently. They're not doing it because others say, hey, you should do it and we'll follow you type of thing. I mean, that's a little easy.
In that regard, yeah.
But when you're the only one out there doing it, you're not telling anyone else to do it. You know it needs to be done, and heck, you could yell and scream all day and night, this needs to be done. They're not gonna listen. You're out there doing it, and they're all watching, eating popcorn, drinking beer, whatever. It's like, those aren't real. If they're men, they're not real men. If there's a woman, those are not real women. They're just, I don't know, I would call them slaves. They just, or sheep. I don't know what it is. They're just out there.
The herd.
Yeah, in a herd. And that's, in my opinion,
the propaganda herd.
Mm-hmm. The real leaders are the ones that go out and do things that they wouldn't ask anyone else to do, except for if they wouldn't do it themselves. Like, for example, if someone out there says, hey, this needs to be done, you go and do it. It's like, why don't you do it? It's like, no, I've got more important things to do. That's not a leader.
But I would actually question, like, what are the important things are you doing?
Exactly. If it needs to be done, that person who thought of it, that says it needs to be done, they should be out there doing it themselves. And then the people who see that person as a leader and they follow is like, hey, I can do this. You should be doing something more important. I know you thought of it. I know you think it's important, but I see it. I see why you're doing it. Let me do it. You go and do something else, or find other people who can help me do it for you. Those are the real leaders who go out there and do it, and not tell someone else to do it for them. That's just my thought of what a leader is. I don't know. What about you, Christian?
Well, yeah, I've told you, man. It's like, a leader is somebody who goes first. A leader is somebody who takes action.
Yeah.
And when you do stuff like that, like you said, yeah, you're showing pure leadership there. Especially if you're alone, right? Because it takes much more courage to do something first, do something when you're alone, rather than joining already a group of people doing what they're doing and reciprocating that. I think people have to really think of the consequences of not taking action. Yeah. And not only that, think of the rewards of taking action. Now, regardless of the odds, I don't want to die with the thought of, man, if only I could have done something for a cause like this, like a humanitarian cause like this. Like when I was saying...
Can I interject with a Braveheart quote?
Yeah, go ahead.
Lying in your beds many years from now, would you be willing to take all the days from this day to that to come back here and tell your enemies that you can take our lives, but you'll never take our freedom? Anyways, movie quotes. Freedom. I don't know why these things are always in my head, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's a good quote, though. Yeah, but he's talking about, how do you want to live? Do you want to live on your knees, or do you want to fight for freedom? And Chris Hedges, I saw a video recently with Chris Hedges. He talks about it's when we resist, it's when we dissent, it's when we truly are exercising freedom.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, it doesn't matter the odds. We have to fight no matter what, man. And what I was going to say before is that when I was saying that, you know, there are a lot of people that are yearning for this kind of a movement, like this, where it's all encompassing. You know, it's a humanitarian movement. It's movement about human rights, and it has implications for everyone, not just for one man or one woman in one place, but it goes out everywhere throughout the entire world. And I think one positive thing, to be a little bit on the positive side of things, it's so amazing to see that so many people from different places, different attitudes, different backgrounds are involved in this. I mean, look, we got people from Argentina, we got people from India, we got people from Slovenia taking action, Russia, Australia, New Zealand.
I've seen a Korean translator too.
Yeah, there's a Korean guy, Mr. Gibson. He's in there. Yeah. He's in there doing his thing. He's contributing. He's an amazing dude. So many amazing people.
Yeah.
There's so many amazing people. And what we need to do more of is boots on the ground. I think that's going to be one of the most effective tools that we have. And it's as simple as, like, you know, I'll show you guys, like, fucking piece of chalk, like 12-pack of chalk from Crayola.
Yeah.
99 cents.
The only problem is it gets washed away.
What?
The only problem is it gets washed away.
Oh, especially in Florida, though, because it's like...
Oh, yeah. Raining all the time now, I know.
That's why I'd rather wait until, like, you know, winter when it's nice and cold out, where I could just, you know... I would just go out and talk all day and just, you know, put, like, hashtag free Julian Assange, unity for Jay, you know, also support also other independent media content creators, and get people off the freaking idiot box of the mainstream media.
Yeah, but that's what I'm doing now, Eric. I'm going around, like, I went all around Manhattan, went to, let's see, like 4 different towns in New Jersey, and just did that. But that's something that anybody can do, especially if you're on a budget, right?
Yeah.
What would be better, like you said, is, you know, since it's washable,
I'm on budget myself.
The stickers, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, you could do that. Like I did it on a wall. I did it. Well, I can't say that because I might get in trouble. But maybe
nothing that's public, nothing that's federal, maybe not even something that's state public.
Because, like, with me, I'll do it on a sidewalk or a street or something.
Just yeah.
So people can see it.
No details of where they can get at you. So, but just find places where people would notice it. And hey, it's not like these things are permanent. It's not spray paint.
No.
Right.
You can wash it off.
Yeah, you can wash it off. Yeah, so it's not vandalism. It's not vandalism.
No. It's not like I'm doing a penis either. I'm just putting a hashtag.
Yeah.
I'm just putting a hashtag. That one guy said, "Oh, unity for Jay, unity for Jesus."
I would put unity for Jay, then right underneath it, free Julian Assange.
Yeah,
so they could understand what the J. So they could understand what the J means.
But like Ebon was having a conversation with me one night where he had this idea from this TV show called V, where they had just posters with these people and had a big, like, it was black and white, and they had this like red V. People didn't know what it was, so it attracted them to look into it. The curiosity got the best of them. And so kind of using the same general idea with that, just leaving the hashtag and letting people find out what it is for themselves.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to,
so,
like, bus stops,
I noticed.
Shopping stores. Yeah.
I looked around, and you can create custom QR codes. So you can have a QR code that looks like a bird, and that can go to yours thing. If we can get Bean to create a QR code for Julian Assange that looks like Julian Assange, like this, just a picture of Julian Assange, that would be the QR code. I think that'd be great.
Nice. Yeah.
A custom QR code that goes to the Unity for J website type of thing.
Oh, we do have one. I've been meaning to tell you, we do have one. I saw it. I don't know where, but it's not shaped in Julian's image, but we have a QR code already.
Awesome. And is it directed to the Unity for J website, or it's to the Discord?
It's to the Discord. I think there might be a unique one for the website too. Actually, now that you mention it,
you just gotta make sure that they can be interchangeable to a different URL. I don't know where they're getting the URL to link it with the QR code.
Yeah.
Because if they are going to switch to their own website that they're creating, then you'd want to change it.
New website's going to be created?
They've been planning on that, so all the coordination is moving off of Discord to something that they're creating in-house.
Nice.
I mean, there's a lot of things that you could host on your own. Security is, I would think, the biggest issue. So.
Yeah.
And I'm probably not going to have a long thing tonight. I'm trying to cap these conversations at 3 hours a night, just so I could focus on things within, last hour or two of my night to work on some of my own projects.
I understand.
Yeah, understandable, Ebon. I mean,
it's always good to have it's always good to have projects. Like with me, I'm just finishing up I only have like a couple of more projects to go, but I'm waiting on someone with a camera, and I'm gonna take pictures of a bunch of cool stuff.
Cool.
So then but I don't know where should I think I might post it up on Minds or Steam it or something of it's it's video game picture stuff. Yeah. Just to make it look awesome.
I'm screenshots.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Actually, it's not screenshots. It's I actually have to use a camera and stuff.
Ah, okay. I get you. Go ahead, Ebon. You were saying something, Ebon?
Oh, yeah. What were you going to say?
Ebon? Oh, he's gone. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But what was I gonna say? Who's that? Oh, it's HA. Yeah, my phone went off and it said profanity alert.
Oh. Profanity alert. Yeah, man.
He's gonna have a live stream.
Just want to show you, I got everything ready for somewhat mass production. These are the 16-ounce ink. This is the 4-ounce ink. So the ink's ready to go.
Ebon, you were one resourceful motherfucker, I gotta say that.
Damn, Ebon.
Stacks of the flyers. So these are, I don't know how, at least 350 more flyers that can go out in that nice paper. Stickers. About 300, 450.
Damn, I have to say
525 pages worth of stickers can go out. I just need to figure out how we're going to organize the point of sale where people can go in and order it, how to get the invoice involved, and then where we're going to store that into a pool for the activists, and where we're going to hang out at. I don't want to flood people with unity for J. I want all activists involved in all sorts of activism involved, so we can all coordinate, because we've got one goal. It's freedom, anti-corruption, justice, equal justice, right? We can't have people in power having more justice than us, more freedoms than us, more rights than us. That's not
exactly, because they rely on their fucking double standards, and fuck double standards for the elites and the politicians that don't stand for us. All they want to do is just keep spewing and fucking lecturing so they could become rich and, you know, live off a fucking ivory tower echo chamber safe space without interacting with the American people that fucking, you know, fucking live, not like, you know, not sheep herd for the establishment and just, you know, saying, oh, they're a public servant, but no, they would rather serve the you know, the profiteers and, like, you know, and like companies that just don't give a flying fuck, and they just see us as consumers and fucking ignorant, stupid people. Yep. That's actually the way I actually do see it.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to go off like on that and such, you know, such cruelty, but hey, it's honest and it needs to be pointed out.
Yeah. Maybe that's where we can kind of start thinking is, do we want it in Discord? Call it like activist. I don't know what we would call it even. You know, activist circle, activists unite, activists.
Anti-cracktivists.
Anti-cracktivists.
Yeah, because, you know, the activism, there are some good activism out there. There are some good, you know, activism that's out there, you know, for Julian Assange and human rights. But there's like these fucking social wedge issues that are just so fucking pathetic, and just, it's like, it's like, I don't have time for this like social justice warrior rhetoric of bullshit. Because I, you know, there is difference between social justice and social justice warriors.
Yeah.
All the social justice warriors want to just do is whine and bitch and lecture about, you know, this social issue. Oh, this person, this opinion. Oh, this person's a bigot because of an opinion that I disagree with. That I just want to find a label where I could just go lecture off my fucking moralistic high ground so I can make myself more politically expedient and make myself feel good about myself for being a part of this cracktivism. There are different things I actually do see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think even them, I think it's important to even try to reach out to those people, because especially
they're being misled, and they're being misled, and all this like propaganda nonsense that they keep believing so gullibly.
Yeah, he said, like, look, you guys want a movement that you can really get behind. Here's one. Here's a human rights movement. It's not political at all. It's apolitical. Anybody can come in. Anybody can join. Anybody can lead. Come on, let's stand together and let's fight for this guy, which is in turn fighting for us.
Yeah.
His plight is our plight. His fight is our fight. We got to do this. Like, come on.
And there's plenty of activism elsewhere. Anti-war activism is still out there.
Yeah.
There's the anti-Zionist Israel against the Palestinian people is out there. Heck,
I'm just against. You know what? Here's like one thing. I'm against the government of, you know, on what they do. Just not the people. I'm just against the governments that push this shit and just push out people through, be like, I should be entitled to this. It's like, you know, and they don't. It's like they don't even bring up like the Native American argument, like, you know, when it comes to like Standing Rock. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And yeah. And the people that prop up the governments to assert control over people. Catalonian government, you know, that is also a big activist movement. That should be that should be out there. It kind of died off, you know, and it's kind of sucks.
Well, I mean, there's a new Spanish prime minister, and there's also a new Catalonian president. So, and the new prime minister is at least open to independence. He's not as hostile as the last one was, as Rajoy was.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
I mean, for those. Sorry.
No, I was going to say like
those like governments who want to be hostile. They just want to have like, you know, they just want to, you know, direct people to authoritarianism.
Yeah.
Like that's the way I actually do see it. And like, and plus now that the corporations and the corporate media, I treat them as like corporatist moralistic authoritarians, because just by looking at their behaviors, they're acting like social justice warriors themselves, and they lecture like them, and they talk like them, and they have talking points like them. It does really does put in the pieces, though. Because when you really observe the behavior from SJWs and see what kind of actually media that they absorb and actually take in, you also have to look at the main source that they're really, you know, looking into. And like, and I took that source as the mainstream media. I was like, they're pumping. It's like they're pumping out this shit too. I was like, and they're parroting off that same stuff too. So, yeah. I mean, it's like putting 2 and 2 together.
Yep,
and that's what I do.
We're all in that same boat. We agree, Eric. Christian was going. Let's let him finish.
Sorry.
Sorry. You're with the new Catalonian prime minister. So the previous prime minister or president that got exiled, is he still exiled?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Yeah, his name is Carlos Puigdemont. He's still exiled. Yeah, Puigdemont.
I say it the American way, Puigdemont. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. No, it's fine. I think in Catalan means like Puigdemont. I don't even want to guess. I might get my ass. I might get my ass stretched out by some people who speak Catalan for real. But anyway, yeah, he is still in exile in Germany. He was last in. He was moved around a lot. Like he was in Belgium for a while, and then he got detained in Germany.
Don't go to Germany.
He's still Germany. I know, yeah. But that was the parallel that Julian was talking about in his last tweet was during World War II, under the dictatorship of Francisco Franco in Spain, and obviously you had Hitler and Nazis in power in Germany. The then president of Catalonia, after they had done a referendum back then for their independence, for Catalonian independence, he had fled, and it was the SS, it was the Germans who detained him and handed it over, extradited him back to Spain, where the Spaniards then proceeded to execute him. And that was Puigdemont, the guy who's still in exile's reason, and what he sourced as his reason for not going back to Spain, for fleeing Catalonia and Spain for fear for his life. And Julian highlighted that about what happened to then President Luis Companys, and that was when he got deplatformed.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I was following that, and I was asking you questions about it too, and it's incredible how things just so in many scope of things it seems so small, but it's actually huge. It's huge. I mean, for a government of the people to form their own government in Europe of all places, I think is huge. I mean, that doesn't happen. Yeah. That doesn't happen. It happened in the U.S., America, Europe. When was the last time people of their own formed their own country in Europe?
Well, Kosovo.
How long is there still a Kosovo? I don't remember.
It's new. It's a new country. It formed only a few years ago.
How'd that happen? How'd they do it?
Good question. I'm not really.
Because I remember like a Kosovo or something war. Was it through war?
Well, Kosovo was part of Yugoslavia, the former Yugoslavia.
Okay.
And I think they were, when they split, they were still part of Albania, I want to say.
Yeah.
It was only recently, like a few years ago, where they separated and gained independence. And going back to like Catalonia. Catalonia has been what is called an autonomous region. And Spain has a lot of that. You have the Catalonian autonomous region. You have the Basque autonomous region, which is probably the most famous of all those regions that want to separate in Spain. You have the Galician. You have so many. And that was something that Garden Gnome pointed out about how Spain always had this kind of like rigid unity, if you will.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna meet you when you're typing, Eric. If that's okay.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
My bad.
It's okay. I'd make that same mistake.
Yeah, me too.
You mean the movement?
Oh no, like I mean typing.
Oh, I was just pulling the James.
Yeah.
I mean, I type like I'm like George R. Martin, but on the keyboard. I'm like,
I don't think you have that.
Thank you for getting that. Somebody got to thank you, sir. You deserve a cookie.
Hey, I'm still not out of the entire. I don't know what you would call it. What do you call
refer to?
Just
the Matrix?
The superfluous stuff, media, entertainment. I'm not out of that yet. I'm still kind of a geek and a nerd now. I'll pay attention. I know my sci-fi and fantasy authors and writers and show writers, so the ones I like at any rate. Like I'm still I'm out of the system, but as far as entertainment, I still will watch Marvel movies. I'll still watch Game of Thrones. I'll watch the final season when it comes up. I'll probably even watch the prequel if that just to see. Me and my wife still kind of follow the Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, even though I don't really care about it anymore. Stranger Things. When season 3 comes, I'm definitely gonna be for that. The one on HBO, the robots one. I haven't even watched the second season yet. Westworld, yeah. Well, so when we get enough funds for HBO Go, we'll binge watch Westworld. You know, there's still a lot that I want to watch and follow. But
yeah,
I remember
Eric,
those.
Go ahead, Ivan.
No, go ahead.
No, finish, brother.
I'm just saying. I remember those nights where that's all I did. It's like, screw doing anything productive. I'm gonna entertain myself, and that's it. Now I can't go back. I don't know what happened.
Eric, I think you had your hand up, man. You wanted to say something?
Oh, like the only thing that I do for entertainment is play video games and watch I only watch very, very little bit of TV though, but I fall asleep while watching it though.
Yeah.
Because I guess so it burns me out like a light bulb. But when it's off, I'm awake.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I love movies. I love going to the movies. I love.
I only watch South Park, really. It's the only thing that keeps me on the box.
Shut up, Kyle!
What's
Used to
the?
be better at it.
Yeah, I mean, for
What?
movies, I don't really look forward to much. I mean, maybe John Wick series is good. Action movies still kind of.
Yeah.
But like drama, it's like, why do we want to watch drama? The real world drama, it can't get any weirder and crazier than that. But like,
Yeah.
what's like the last few movies you watched, Christian?
Like the last few movies I watched, I saw Christopher Robin.
Is that any good? Did you like it?
I liked it, man. Yeah,
Okay.
it brought on a lot of good childhood memories. I saw. Oh damn! What movies have I seen? Oh, I saw Crazy Rich Asians.
Someone was telling me about that as I was walking to like Hy-Vee. It's like being like one of the like 10 Asians in this town. I think they're like, "Hey, I saw Crazy Rich Asians. It was a great movie." It's like I had no idea that was even a movie. Was that any good?
It's a movie. It's good, man. Yeah, I came in with high expectations because the trailers had shown it to be like a really comedic, but it dealt with some serious stuff in there.
What's it about?
So I was.
And who's in it? I have no idea what that.
I don't know. Well, Michelle Yeoh.
Okay.
Yeah, she's from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, right? Yeah.
Is it in English subtitles, or is it all in
No,
English?
it's in English and Chinese, and they have subtitles.
Okay.
They speak English and Chinese.
All right. So it's kind of
like they speak English with British accents, American accents.
Oh,
Chinese accents.
The Hong Kong Chinese people, the actors and actresses, they speak better English than me. I mean, that's not saying much, but I mean, they speak better English than us because they go to British academies, and that's where they learn the English.
Well, it was a British colony.
Yeah,
it was a British colony.
I know. But like I'd expect them to talk with the the Chinese English English with the Chinese accent type of thing. But they speak they speak perfectly good English. I don't know how
man.
it's just mind-boggling whenever I hear them talk English. But sorry, the last like movie like that I watched and I really liked it was the Amy Tan's book. It's an old book. It's like about their the mothers and their daughters. It's like something with T maybe. I can't remember.
Who was in it? Which actors were in it?
There was a lot of like the girl from Karate Kid Part 2. One of the actresses from ER. It was a potluck Joy Luck Club. Joy Luck Club. It was an old 80s or 90s movie. It's good. Okay. It's a good book. It's a good book. I'd read the book and the movie ain't bad either.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know that Walking Dead comes from a comic book, right?
Yeah, I know that.
Mm-hmm. And Robert Kirkman, he's like, "Boy, don't question me. Don't you dare challenge me, boy. I will whip you like white on rice."
So the last movie I saw was Infinity War with my wife, and that was in the theaters.
Oh my god.
The movie before that, gosh, I don't know. I loved going to the movie theaters. I loved eating that nasty butter covered popcorn and just don't do it anymore. And there's nothing I really want to go out and watch. Usually I see like Erica, that's my wife. It's like, can I go to movies while you guys are asleep with the kids? And she'll be like, yeah, go ahead. It's like, do you want to watch it with me? It's like, no, I don't care for that movie. Like if I want to go watch John Wick 2 or something, she'd be like, I don't go ahead and go watch it. And I'll go and I'm like, all right, I gotta watch this before, otherwise I'm waiting for it to go on Netflix or something and it's like 2 years past. But there's no movies I want to watch. It's weird.
Yeah. Well, I saw the Meg too, the shark movie with Jason Statham as well. Remember?
Is it about Megalodon?
Yeah, the Megalodon, exactly.
I haven't even watched a preview trailer for it. Was it good? Silly?
It was good, yeah. It was funny. It was funny in some parts, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you're going in for like a,
it's like a Sharknado.
No, it's not Sharknado.
I never watched Sharknado either yet.
No, me neither. No. But if you're going in like expecting like a thespian performance like Daniel Day-Lewis, Al Pacino, like you're gonna be disappointed.
Yeah. I always wanted to do movie reviews, and the basis is instead of giving it stars, it's to enjoy the movie. Your expectations have to be this, right? Because the whole point of going to a movie is to enjoy it. So you can enjoy the worst, bad, horrible movie out there because your expectations are so low that you know how bad it is, that you go in there, you watch it, and you're like, this movie is so bad, I love it, But other movies, it's like you can have the highest expectations ever, it's gonna get there. It's like, how can you not go and watch a movie when someone says that? But when you go and say, hey, I watched Crazy Rich Asians, and I went in expecting to watch something like Ishtar, right? The lowest expectations ever, and I enjoyed it because of that. But maybe you could pick another movie. Like, hey, I went in my expectations. If you want to enjoy the movie, your expectations should be like
The Room.
The what?
Like The Room.
The Room, yeah, or something like that. Like someone else understands. You're matching it up to another movie that you enjoy, and people realize, okay, I hated that movie, but I watched it again, it was good. And it's like, you just have to keep your expectations low. So that's kind of what I want to do if I ever want to be like a movie reviewer. It's like, don't give it stars, don't give it thumbs up, just give it, you want to enjoy the movie, because that's what movies are for, is for your enjoyment. And there might be a movie where it's like, it doesn't matter how low your expectations are, you're never going to enjoy this movie.
You're never going to enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, Graham Elwood apparently he has a movie channel himself. Like, he has this movie, thing he does movie reviews on. Oh, and I wanted to say too that when you said Infinity War, speaking of something that gets me triggered, Eric, I get so triggered every time Jamal Thomas mispronounces Thanos' name. It pisses me off. Jamal, if you're listening.
How does he say it?
He says Thanos, like, Jamal, if you're listening, it's Thanos, goddammit. Thanos. Short A, not long Thanos. No, Thanos, like the Greek god of death, Thanatos. That's what he's based off.
So, what do you think of the movie character of Thanos? I was doing it to piss you off. Sorry. So, Eric, do you like Thanos too? It shall be dubbed Thanos from now on when Christian's here.
See this? See the back of my hand, Ebon?
Yes.
Of all the things that Jamal Thomas can get you triggered about, it's Thanos.
He said it so many times too. Oh my God.
That's funny. I say
I've commented. I was like, Thanos. Go ahead, Bonnie. We'll say something.
I say words differently all the time. My wife just always laughs at me. Like I say iodine rather than iodine. Wait, yeah, iodine. Because in my opinion, is people don't say They say fluorine, right? Fluorine, not fluorine. The other.
Oh, chlorine?
Yeah, chlorine, fluorine, whatever. So, iodine.
It's an accent thing.
Yeah. So
how'd you say it before?
Not iodine.
No, the thing that you put in pools. How'd you say it?
Chlorine.
Like Chlorine. Okay.
Chlorine.
Oh, that's how you say it like that? Really? Just like that?
What, just chlorine?
No, I say chlorine.
It's raining outside.
Chlorine? It's not like
Yeah, that's always-
Nadine. It's
No,
who
that's
cares?
how
We
we
all
say
we
it
all
here.
have our ways of saying things. We all understand what it is, but
Oh, okay. So I guess maybe that's like regionalism where you grew up.
oh, I grew up kind of everywhere. Like, I don't know if I should
Right, I
say
know, yeah.
the Texas way,
true.
the Washington way, the New England way, Nebraskan way, and if they have they call everything here pop. You know, it's like I want to. I'm
Want
used to
pop,
saying
yeah.
Coke back in Texas, but I mean a Pepsi Coke or a Sprite Coke or whatever. In Washington State, it was soda. In New England, I think it was soda, maybe. Maybe it was pop too. In New England, you could say different ways.
Right.
Nebraska,
Hoagie
it's all pop.
versus Hero. Yeah. If you say like I want to pop like over here, like people think like you want to get punched.
So it's soda over there in New Jersey, New Jersey.
Yeah, soda.
Soda.
No, we don't say New Jersey. That's New York accent. We
Oh,
pronounce the R usually. New Jersey, like that. New Jersey.
Yeah.
Just
I
very
know.
nasal.
I
It
only
depends,
knew
too.
2 people from New Jersey, so I'm not familiar with New Jerseyans.
Well, like we always get associated with the accent from North Jersey, which is very similar to the New York accent, but there's actually 2 main accents. You have that. You have the Southern accent, the Southern New Jersey accent, which sounds a lot like you're from Philly. So say things like ass, like that. You know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where did that pad go?
Our tangents, I'm telling you. So 2 hours 12. Well, yeah, I won't go past. I'll probably stop at 1 just so I could work on something for an hour or 2 before I go to bed.
Okay.
So what do you think? Should we do the activists united active? I don't know. Whatever. Do start that in Discord. Try to get as many different activists and what they're working on. They're doing their activism for, and try to get funding for different activist groups by selling merchandise and doing the pool thing. Should we start that in Discord and then figure out where we want to move it to later, or what do you think?
I mean, we could, yeah.
The only problem is that still takes a lot of time for admin.
Yeah, and we just have to, you know, be careful who you open your resources up to, because, you know, there are people that aren't genuine. And you will want people that are genuinely going out and partaking in activism.
Videos will work, but also name, you know. The police are going to know your name when they arrest you for the activism protest that you're doing. So tell other activists your name. You know, I'm going to be on there with my name. Well, Christian, well, you're just out of our, but, you know, maybe we put up a section where, you know, this is our zip code. This is our name. This is video. You can see me. You can hear me, whatever. And that way we know you're just a legitimate, and the things that you work on. Like, Christian, you're working on Unity for J stuff, and basically anyone on.
I've been doing it now since I'm talking to you.
Yeah. So, you know, just that's the other thing is, you know how Unity for J has all the different sections for what they do in that activism in Unity for J, but instead it's gonna be more like, these are the activism things that you're a part of, and then you can also be a pool contributor. So not only are you doing activism, but you're trying to help get funding for all the activism by putting some money into the pool. And so that pool gets split up to once people can survive on their own by the pool, the extras, and people really need to be honest about it. It's like, what can they get by with? And then the rest of the money goes out to increasing the activism by funding movements, funding on the ground stuff, getting equipment and all this other stuff. So we can actually do coordinated events with not just like I'm sorry, not to say that the chalk ain't a bad idea, but like they know that, hey, why do we have these fancy flyers? It's like, are we funded by George Soros? It's like, nope, we're funded by activists. We're funded by activists. You can see their name, you can see what they're doing, you can see how much things cost, where they're buying the materials from, who's creating the materials and moving them around. It's like everything is transparent. It's like when you go to these conventions, like what are those conventions that was in 2017, 2018? It's like, so who funded these things? It's like, it's dark money, right? We don't know where that money is from. But at least within here, when activists raise their own money, create their own stuff to sell to other people, other activists that want to help and support, we know where the money comes from. We know where these conventions and how it's funded, because everything's transparent. We can trace the money. You can't do that with these. Oh, here's a Steve Bozel. All right. Hi there, Steve Bozel.
Hello.
I don't know if that's how you say your name. But welcome. This is your first time. Anything you'd like to say? Going once, going twice.
Super fan alert. Super fan alert.
Hello? We're having a hard time hearing you. Alrighty then. Waiting room. Sorry, Steve Bozel. Alright, let's continue. Yeah. I think the problem with a lot of these movements and organization like activism is they get taken over or something like that, or by these establishment figures.
They get it infiltrated by establishment group thinkers that actually mislead into, propaganda culture, SJW bullshit. That's how these social justice warriors work. Because I just noticed the tactic behind it.
Yeah. And so that's why
the infiltrators.
And the thing is, we can see their actions, we can see what they're doing, and all the activists are going, hell no, what the fuck are you doing? We don't want any of that. And everyone, all the activists are like, yeah, I mean, it's not about you, it's about this. And when people are stepping out of line, all the other activists, they all have the voice rather than the that figurehead that takes it over. It's like, hey, this is what the movement is, this is what it's about, and it's going to stay that way. And then if anyone tries to take it over and they're being covered by mainstream media or some other type of media, it's like, we stomp it, they're out. Everyone, we let it through every activist circle that's involved, saying, hey, they're trying to take this activist movement, and we need you guys to be aware of it, type of thing. Because it happens too much. It happens all the time. And we know it happens all the time. And that's the worst thing. It probably happens to the conservatives a lot. It definitely happened to the progressives. And I understand the opposition of between like the conservative, the libertarians / progressive and liberals. Trust me, I understand that whole dialectic. But the fundamental issues of freedom, of rights, and all that, that's at the forefront no matter what. And that's the way it has to be. That's the only way you get around this corruption of movements and takeover of movements. And it doesn't matter who's in it. You could hate someone's guts, but we're all fighting for the same thing. That's all that matters. We can have in, I mean, I'm probably the worst, but we could have maybe Alex Jones in there. It's like, hey, why would we want Alex Jones in there? But I have horrible Alex Jones impression, but yeah.
But I mean, like, anti-war movement is something that people have been clamoring for to return for a long, long time. I mean, to return in full force like what we saw in the 60s and 70s. That's something that we get behind. That's something that, you know, could use funding and whatnot. Well, like the Poor People's Campaign, that's, you know, that's a very, you know, humanitarian thing that, you know, that cuts through everything, that affects everyone. You know, poverty, militarism,
Yeah.
inequality.
Yeah. Activism like hunger and homelessness in the U.S. that people are trying to resolve, but then the government in some way or another are putting people in jail or fining people for helping out. It's like activism there. You got to unite at that front too. It's like basic conditions, clean water, clean air. Look, how can we just take it for granted? And people who are fighting for clean air, clean water, clean food. For transparency, even heck, transparency is just so simple. It's like, hey, we can do it, why can't you do it? It's like we're just a bunch of people in our basements or whatever. It's like we can be transparent. We've got $1 million, just $2 million in our pool, and we're transparent with it. We didn't lose it. You know, it's not like having a budget of couple $3 trillion and all of that just goes missing. And it's like, oh well, you know.
Try 21 trillion.
Yeah, okay, 21 trillion
from the Pentagon.
Yeah, we got no idea where it is. No one was accountable for it. It's like you're still in favor of a government and a non-transparent government after all the money that they lost. Heck, if they can't even show us where the money is, they probably won't even tell us where the people went, where the materials went, who they bought it from, where they got it from.
Right.
It's like,
where they got it from.
Yeah.
But I think like even Lee Stranahan was pointing it out that's one of the common features of everybody that's spoken and that's been involved in this movement is that everybody's also anti-war.
Mm-hmm.
And what I would like to see is, say we succeed and Julian is freed. He goes back to Australia or he goes somewhere safe, maybe like Iceland or something. I would like to see continuation of this movement. Take all the momentum we gained, we procured, all the people involved, and now let's say, okay, now that he's freed, we're going to go after war. We're going to try and stop this. We're going to revive the epic proportions of the anti-war movement that was in the 60s and the 70s. And we're going to show up en masse, cities around the world, DC, especially here in America. We're going to show up DC, we'll show up on Capitol Hill in front of the White House, New York City, Chicago, Miami, Houston, LA, San Francisco, wherever. And do that too, man, and focus efforts on that as well.
Yeah.
That's what I would like to see.
I mean, it has to continue. It's like, oh, we just freed one man. Let's just forget about the rest of the 7 billion people who were probably enslaved in some form or another. Yeah, it always has to continue. Yeah, you got to use the momentum of one activism circle to another. It's like, hey, we freed Julian. All right, how else can these 3,000, 4,000 people who are active, that are activists, help out in other activism fronts? It's like, hey, we could use more people helping out with this clean water issue in Flint, in other places, in Chicago, wherever. And it's like, okay, let's do that. Everyone needs clean water. I mean, who are we up against? Looks like the government as usual. It looks like these corporations as usual.
Nestle.
Yeah. And all right, let's focus. Let's get it done. And then you got 3,000, 4,000 activists joining another activist movement, and that makes it 10,000, 20,000 people. And then we got clean water in America, and let's focus on in South America and Europe, and then clean water on Earth. Done. All right, let's move on. What's next? Clean air, clean food. All right, now we've got 20,000 people joining the other 20,000 people. Now we got 40,000 activists working on one thing, and it keeps going, right? So, I mean, people have to be active. People have to be activists in order to change things. Things don't change on their own. The things only get worse because no one does anything, and the politicians, people who think they have all the power, are changing it to suit themselves. We can't let that happen. So people just can't just sit back and watch all the time, and we just got to find ways that people get involved, and to have a list of activism things people can participate in, where there's, hey, I know that there's so many people fighting for Julian Assange, but there's only 18 people here. Could we get some people to help out over here? It's like, all right, hey, anyone want to go over there? Go over there. It's like,
yeah, that would be nice, man.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like, why are we so divided in all our activism fronts when it's all towards the same thing? Isn't it? I mean, we're all towards the same thing. The same goal is all these things that are poisoned and horrible and corrupt and unjust, and the freedom to make things better and whatnot. It's all being hampered by all of us, but we're all just trying to take out all the fires by ourselves separately. And it's like, when we could just get people from the other town, it's like, hey, you don't have fires there that are that big. Let's take out this big fire, and then we'll work on the next big fire, and all together. We just gotta start thinking and working that way. Otherwise, we're never gonna solve one issue. We're all expecting to solve all the issues separately at the same time with a small amount of people, a small amount of resources. It's not gonna happen. We have to pool our resources, pull in everybody, focus on one, get it done fast, get it done right, and then move on to the next one as a bigger, huge group.
Implications.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure people know that. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, that's the way I see it. I'm never going to accomplish anything with just me or you or Eric. 3 of us, or maybe even there's 5 of us that are kind of active. We're never going to get it done with just a small amount of people. But, there are people who are activists for so many things, but that's what they're focusing on. The activism for the pedophilia stuff is another big one that's been happening, right? We know pedophilia is going on in the world, and certain organizations are covering it up. Exactly. It's like, there's a lot of people that can do more than just that. I mean, it's a power structure we're fighting, and they're covering, those power structures always cover things up, and always being non-transparent, and we also got to get rid of that. If it's public, if it's supposed to be for the public, it needs to be transparent for the public. It can't be private information. It just can't. The only way to combat that isn't by more privacy, more activists working in private. It has to be activists working in public, with funds publicly transparent for people to see it's coming from. Because who's going to want to go to a convention? Is like, I want to know how much that convention costs. It's probably like $300,000, $400,000. Where did they get that money? Dark money, right? No one knows where that money is coming from. And then, oh, look who's speaking at this convention. Oh, we've got this tech giant. We've got this pharmaceutical giant. We've got Jeff Bezos talking for it. It's like, So no one's going to want to go in that movement. And it's just been usurped. So ordinary people, ordinary activist people, you see their name, you see the videos, you see how long they've been an activist for. You can't argue against that. I mean, they can argue. I can only argue that, hey, I've been only an activist for probably a year and a half, or whatever. It's like, that's as far as I can go. You just have to take it on that. I can't say I've been an activist for 20 years, but there are people who've been activists for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. It's like,
man.
I mean, you see people like that in them. You see, those people are the ones that are talking in those conventions and giving those lectures. You know it's not usurped by any power.
Special interests.
Yeah, special interest
the
groups
deep
and whatnot.
state. I mean, look at Daniel Ellsberg. He's 90 years old. Still doing what he's doing.
Yeah. So.
90 fucking years old.
Yeah. That's bravery too. It's like, hey, do you expect to live long in this activist life? Not really. He got it done. We could pick his brain. We need to pick his brain of how he survived, how he got through the hard times, how he got through when maybe they came after him for certain things, and what to expect. And a lot of people out there as activists, I mean, like for us newcomers that are taking it, is like,
yeah,
I didn't know not to talk to the FBI. Thank you, Susie Dawson. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, so many other people. Yeah. Elizabeth Lee-Voss. Thank you. I didn't know. It's like,
trying to tell you, yeah. I was trying to tell you, man. That's why I was telling you, get in touch with them.
Yeah. It's like, I'm a newcomer. I expect, if I see someone at my door with a gun, I'm coming out there with a gun. But if they're coming out there to talk, I'm gonna go out there and talk, because I say things. I try to do everything as much as in public. That's as much as. That's why I've been setting up how to live stream on DLive Live on my smartphone, because that's important. Because if you do that in YouTube and Facebook, whatever, they'll just take it down. Never know it happened. DLive, they're gonna have to take down the entire blockchain, or go to the developers and say, scrub this guy out. Just hide him. You don't have to scrub him. Just hide him so people can't see the video, etc. That's probably the only way. Yeah, you just gotta think outside and think protection. And one of the things I would love to set up is just have different areas ready to go if anyone's going out there to live stream. Because another thing is, even though your reception's bad and you kind of freeze up here, sometimes when you're, at least when you're on, we see, and you're moving and you get all that catches up, we actually can see things going on in crisp video format. That's kind of one good thing about Zoom. And also, eventually, we can also get like an enterprise version of Zoom or something else where they have better bandwidth going to the servers. And so if you're filming, so right now the most, except for me, I'm filming in 1080p with my webcam because I'm the host. But basically, Eric, if he had 1080p video, we would see 1080p video on whoever's streaming, except he's only coming back as high as 720p. So, or maybe not even that. It might be 360p because the servers, they don't prioritize the bandwidth going back towards this Zoom feed. Anyways, things like that. So we can do real reporting live just by webcams, not webcams, but smartphones. Until anyways, things that just people who can play around with it. All right, so I want to read Alex Graham, because he's been I don't know if you're he or she, but pretty good. Let's see. Founding mothers. We need a nation with founding mothers. All nations with founding mothers. True. What gets neglected is a lot of the women in the founding movement back then. There was a time when crypto was investing 1% of their holdings would have created a crypto president. Block party, shitty networking, usually facilitated by monstrous predatory advertising corporations. Block party being the crypto party. The second part addressing why we don't work better together. What's the biggest and best network that's owned and run by citizens equally? If we can't do it virtually, we can't do it all. I agree. To liberals, I say it takes a village idiot. To conservatives, I say it takes a village idiot. It takes a village idiot. We're using to have them call in. We're using Zoom right now. A lot of people have been using it. I know Eric Wilson has been using it to talk with a lot of people, and that's great. And a lot of people do it too. I've seen a lot of people start using it in live streaming or uploading videos. Hey Ryan, how's it going?
He's back.
Good news?
Hi, I'm the village idiot. Hi, guys. How's it going, guys?
Tell us something we don't know. I'm just kidding. Good news from the doctor visit, I hope?
Nah.
Oh.
Appointment was yesterday.
You thought it was today? You missed it?
No, I rang them yesterday.
Oh.
At about 1 p.m. And I said, my appointment is at 2:15 tomorrow, isn't it? And the guy's like, yep, sure is. See you then. Go there today. Oh, that doctor's only in on Wednesdays.
Oh, that
Are you
sucks.
kidding me? So now I have to wait till next week.
Communicating, Ebon. See, it goes right back to your point. We're bringing it full circle. They were not communicating.
Yeah.
I rang them. I did the right thing, you know. I didn't get any of their text messages. I didn't get any of their phone calls, nothing. And
Ryan, you see, let me tell you something. Let me just introduce for a second. Interject, excuse me. I did bullshit from there, sorry. You did fuck up because you did not send me. I was straightened out right away. They will be sending you checks, sir. Yes, that's right. They'll be paying you to go see the doctor. Yes, that's what Trump can do for you.
yeah, right. Fucking Trump.
Only. But go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so it's not till next week.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is shitty, but you know, you get that. You get
I think we'll
that.
have a competition with you, Ryan.
Why? What type?
To see how long each one of us can talk in the other's accent.
Ah, yeah, you'll beat me. You'll beat me. Yeah.
All you have
Yeah.
to do is ask Ryan to say Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
I love
Really?
that.
That's
Sorry
how you
about
say it?
Yeah. So they want to militarize the Victoria Police. So they want to give them the ability to have like full body armor, stun guns and shit, and
Bazookas.
and
Tanks.
40 millimeter projectile guns and shit. Pepper spray guns and shit like that. Shoot pepper spray filled little pellets at people. And it's like, yeah, fuck it. Victoria, I tell you, it's fucking riots everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking riots everywhere. There's not a day where a riot doesn't happen, and the Victoria Police need it. That's sarcasm, by the way.
Yes.
So
Yeah, man.
you see all these old cops like getting extremely hard erections for all this weaponry, and it's just so unnecessary. It's just a waste of money. I mean, we don't need fucking police dressed up like soldiers for starters. Your police officers, not soldiers. And then the minimum training that you're going to get with that weaponry, I mean, it's only going to lead to trouble.
It's easy
That's
to
like,
train
well-
police officers. I don't know what you're talking about, Ryan. It's like
No, yeah, sure.
point, shoot, say, freeze, fire. That's training, right?
No. It's grab your gun, shoot, stop resisting. That's the order. Because running away is resisting. So it's like you approach someone, they run, you pull out your weapon, you shoot, and then say, stop resisting.
Oh, goodness.
That's how it is.
Oh, he went for my gun. He's going for my gun.
Yeah.
that's
I thought he had a gun.
Yeah.
I thought he had a gun. It was a can of Coke. You know, it's just bullshit like that. It's like that woman who was shot the other day. They were on a welfare check. You know,
Yep,
one of
ER
the women
actress.
from ER, yeah, the ER actress, she's on a welfare check, and they fucking killed her. It's fucked. Everything is a threat to police.
Vanessa
Everything.
Marquez, that's her name.
Yeah. And did you see the one where the cops walked up to this property and the pit bull was on a lead attached to the car, and it was a house, like either side of the house was vacant land. So the dude had the pit bull on a lead to the footpath, and the police rocked up and didn't even think fucking is your dog nice? And then the dog started to charge him, so he shot the dog.
Yeah, I saw that one too. There's been a couple of those like that.
Yeah, it's like, why you're stepping onto somebody else's property, for starters. Why don't you stand at the edge of the property where the dog can't get to you? Call for the owner to come out, or call for the owner to restrain the dog and then come out. But no, I'm a cop. I'm allowed to step on your property. I'm allowed to do whatever I want. And if I feel that anything is a threat to me, I get to put them down. I get to put it down. And that's the mentality that you don't want in the police force.
Yeah, well, police. There's a term why people call it police state. Because police, as I mean, I think there have been good police, and there are good police, nice police people, and people who do their job. It's just when that point where they're supposed to do something that's not supposed to be done, and they do it anyway. It's who can they can't really stand up to them because it's also their profession. And the thing is that when you're in that profession, they give you a lot of good things because it's a pension, a government pension. It's not gonna be like a private corporation pension. You know, that government pension's typically there for a long time, especially for police, because one thing government does not want to do is to take away pensions and benefits of the people who protect them, pretty much. So I mean, it can be once you get through the dangerous times for police, you're pretty much in nice retirement territory. But it's also the ones who seem to be having all these issues with killing innocent people are the younger people on the force. They're the ones who's, it seems, they're out, and I don't know what, but they should be partnered up with veteran police officers. You know, they're supposed to go out there in pairs, right? So the veteran officer.
It depends where they are.
Yeah, but the veterans should be saying, hey, don't even bring your gun, or hey, just ease up. Take my lead. If I need help, I'll listen to the signal. It's like if I say this word, then draw your gun and be prepared to fire. But until then, do not engage. You know, and I told someone else this. It's like the military have a thing called gosh, what is it? I need more coffee. Rules of engagement. Military have a thing called rules of engagement. It's, hey, don't fire until they fire first, and that's one of the simplest things. It's like, okay, because you don't want to mess with start a war with another government on a private op, whatever, their secret operation. And so police officers should have that same rule of engagement. It's like, they're pointing weapons at us. The military is like, do not fire until they engage first.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing should happen for police officers, especially when police are domestic. They're not on foreign soil, they're on domestic soil. If they can't even follow a rule of engagement that we do for foreign lands, hell, they should not be doing it on our domestic areas.
I've always said that police should never fire a gun unless they're being fired at or at risk of being stabbed.
Yeah, I mean, look, they've got body armor these days. They've got full riot gear, body armor, whatever. They can take the initial shot going at them. You think the people that they're out there in normal everyday citizen lives that they're wearing body armor? No, they are not. Unless they're actively going out there expecting a firefight. Yeah, they're these people, normal people. Protesters even aren't going to be wearing Kevlar vests.
And I'll keep saying it, and I'll say it time and time and time and time again. Being a police officer is not the most dangerous job you can have. Okay, so it's a difficult job. Don't get me wrong, because having to deal with belligerent fuckwits that are pissed and drunk and stoned and driving like idiots and breaking the law. But I mean, if you're going to be a police officer, you know that there's risk involved, and if you're not willing to take that risk, then don't be a police officer. It's that simple. You know what I mean? There's plenty of other jobs out there. If you don't want to risk, it's part of the job to risk your safety.
Yeah.
I mean, a guy who operates a crane, or construction workers that go up, 80 flights, they risk their life working up there. That's part, but you don't see them fucking bitching and moaning and all that type of stuff. So, and most cops die in car accidents anyway. Car accidents that they cause themselves because they're speeding.
Yeah.
Without not in car chases or anything, just the fact that they can speed, they will speed. And people aren't expecting a fucking cop car that's speeding, and that's the problem.
Here's the thing that gets me. I live in Columbus, and a lot of people speed, and they're in these huge trucks. Every time I look at them, it's like, dude, why are you riding my ass? I'm in a slow lane. Just go around me. It's 35 miles per hour. I've got kids. I'm not going to go over the speed limit. And they're just riding my tail. I'm like, oh my God. And I look, when I turn, it's like, oh, it's a woman. It's like, why are these women driving so aggressively? I mean, come on. I mean,
yeah,
it kills me.
I mostly stick to, well, you guys stick to the right when you're traveling slow, but we stick to the left.
Yeah, it's because you guys are
yeah. But you have fucking trucks riding up your ass as if, you're traveling 80 kilometers an hour, and they want to go faster, but because they're a truck, they don't want to change lanes. It's just...
Yeah. And plus, I like going slower because I drive a Prius V. My wife got it, so it's a hybrid. So the if you're not going over 60, you're gonna have very efficient gas mileage. I think about these things. I'm like, I don't want to put as much gas into it. I want to use as much electric power as possible, save on gas. And it's like I'm always in the slow lane now. Like, look, I could drive fast if I want to. It's not a hard thing, right? It's a harder thing to drive respectable, drive with respect, to drive slow within the speed limits. It's harder to do that, but people like doing the things easier way, and if it's not the right way, and hey, you save gas if you're driving slow.
Yeah, I just don't understand people. I don't. But cops are just they fucking inflate how dangerous their job is.
Yeah.
in Victoria, there's this big thing that more cops are being bullied and harassed within the police force. So, you get, it's just, they can't even protect their own, let alone protect the community from bullying. So if they're bullying each other within the force, what are the chances of those people who are bullying the people in the force are bullying the community? You know what I mean? People out in the community.
I want to keep my live stream short. I didn't want to go past 1, so I'm gonna kind of end it.
All right,
soon.
man.
Are you gonna start up a show? So.
No, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna make something to eat. I'm starving.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Thank you guys for coming on. Thanks, people, for watching. And hey, let's fight for the right
everyone.
things.
Love you all.
Who
Take care.
we're fighting with and against. Thank you, Eric. Good night.
Right. Anytime. Take care.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Night.